Live from Athletic Kulture Stadium in Springwater Township, Baycats TV presents the Inter-County Baseball League. And tonight it's the Toronto Maple Leafs in town to take on the defending IBL champions, the Barrie Baycats. Hi everybody and welcome. With Julius Hern, I'm Ben Davy. A 1-hour rain delay tonight here at the ballpark, so our apologies for the late start, but Mother Nature has no curfew and neither do we. Tonight is also Military Appreciation Night, so a big thank you to all of our men and women in uniform, both in active duty and retired. We've got lots of them here at the ballpark tonight, and if you're watching at home, we thank you for your service and thank you for tuning in to tonight's special broadcast. Well, the Barrie Baycats are looking to get back in the win column after a 14-1 blowout in Guelph on Tuesday night. They have won 12 of their last 14. Mind you, those two losses both came to the Guelph Royals. Tonight it's Toronto in town. And as for Barrie, that blowout in Guelph really came at the end of a busy stretch of games. When you include the All-Star game, they played 5 games in 6 nights.
Absolutely. It's been a really busy stretch. No real All-Star break across the IBL, so teams kind of getting thrown back into the fire earlier this week. But tonight is a proving ground. The Baycats get back to their regular rotation. It's going to be Frank Garces on the mound, so they kind of have a chance to roll after this. And a team that they've beaten the last 2 times they played them.
As for the Maple Leafs, they need to turn their season around in a hurry. They've lost 5 in a row. Manager Rob Butler often says, when you have experienced players like his ball club, these guys take a little while sometimes to get the oil going, but they know when to dial it in, and certainly this is that point in the season for them.
Absolutely, and they've been much better on the road this year than they have been at home. 3-14 at home this year, which is a surprise for the team that plays at Christie Pitts, but 9-5 on the road. The last time they were here, they beat the Barrie Baycats in the home opener in extra innings, so they know that they're able to get it done at Athletic Kulture Stadium. The field conditions might have something to say about that, but this is a rivalry that we're primed up for a Thursday night matchup.
All right, let's give you the starting lineups. Here's our PA announcer, Rob Daniels.
Dan Mara. Batting third, the catcher, number 77, John Javier. Batting fourth in right field, number 19, Dennis Devanning. Batting fifth at first base, number 9, Justin Mara. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 3, Mike Cicchetto. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 2, Spencer Ross. Batting eighth in center field, number 14, Ben Citarania. Batting ninth in left field, number 84, Luca Boscarino. And on the mound tonight for the Maple Leafs, number 47, Matt Brown. And now the starting lineup for your Barrie Baycats, managed by Josh Matlow. Batting first, playing center field, number 95, Noel McGarry Doyle. Accompanied by number 3, Landon Latimer, and number 21, Trace Jamieson. Batting second, the shortstop, number 11, Brandon Hernandez. Accompanied by Owen Littlejohn. Batting third in left field, number 6, Tristan Clark. Accompanied by number 14, Lincoln Wisniak. Batting fourth at first base, number 20, Nolan Macabrota. Accompanied by number 0s, Jack Johnson. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 4, Willie Garcia. Accompanied by number 8, Finn McCarroll. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 28, Noah Hull. Accompanied by number 7, Ronan Bardijwad. Batting seventh in right field, number 23, Clayton Keys. Accompanied by number 4, Colby Slennon and Jake Jameson. Batting 8th, the catcher, number 44, Tyler Pumpton. Accompanied by number 12, Ben Rolling. Batting 9th, the second baseman, number 1, Francisco Hernandez. And on the mound tonight for your Baycats, number 97, Frank Garces. Here are the umpires for tonight's contest. Handling the plate, Francesco DiViasi. And at first base, Ryan Herron. Third base, Jared Merkley. Fans, at this time, we ask you to please rise, if you are able to, and kindly remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our ceremonial first pitch. I'd like to introduce you to Greg Hammonds, who is from Hammonds Bus Lines, and he is going to throw out today's ceremonial first pitch. Greg, it's your pitch.
And with that, we are underway here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. You see the Baycats wearing their military appreciation jerseys this season, looking pretty good. Nice to see Greg got his hands on one for that opening pitch as well.
These are sweet uniforms. I haven't had these in a few years, but they've been more of a desert camo than they were the green camo back in the 2010s. These are looking pretty sharp. I think we got to continue this through next year.
Yeah, we've seen London and a number of other teams around the IBL have similar colored jerseys for their military appreciation ball games, and the Baycats looking pretty good with that. We're in the Throwback Thursday Red Sox and ball caps as well tonight, too. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Rob Butler's Toronto Maple Leafs. It's Ryan Dos Santos at third base in the leadoff spot tonight. Dustin Mara at second, batting second. John Javier having an outstanding season behind the plate. He's batting third. Dennis Day-Banning fitting right in with the Maple Leafs in right field. He's the cleanup man tonight. Justin Mara, the veteran first baseman, hits fifth. Mike Chiquetto, former Baycat and DH in the number 6 spot. It's Spencer Ross at short, hitting 7th. Benjamin Citarenios, the center fielder, hitting 8th, and the number 9 hitter is left fielder Luca Boscarino.
On the mound for the Barrie Baycats, we mentioned it in our open, how this team is right back to the front of the rotation. Well, here it is. Frank Garces coming into his 10th appearance on the season, 10th start of the season, 11th overall, with a 2.69 ERA, a 4-2 record, coming off starting the All-Star game, a scoreless inning there in Hamilton on Sunday. So this is a big one for the Baycats to get right back into it after that blowout loss on Tuesday.
Yeah, definitely a reset game for the Baycats as they're able to kind of line up their starting staff once again. The Maple Leafs did not get yesterday off. They played at home at Christie Pitts against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, but for the Baycats, that Wednesday night off last night must have felt very welcome for this tired ball club.
Absolutely, and you get a game like that, 14-1, a lot of those runs coming off walks. Obviously Guelph was hitting the ball around. Garrett Takamatsu had a great game for the Royals, but this is a proper reset game, as we've been talking about. Maybe the rain delay has a little bit extra to that. Teams able to kind of ground themselves a little bit more with a 1 hour delay.
Yeah, and a good number of fans hunkered down through that 1 hour delay and are here ready for the first pitch. So some pretty good energy here at the ballpark on this Thursday night. That's turned out to be pretty comfortable. Temperature definitely dropped. Humidex still at about 30, so it's a muggy summer night, but not as stifling hot as it was earlier today. The wind calm right now. We had very strong winds leading into the storm that swept over this area about an hour ago. And the skies still mostly overcast, although we had a little bit of late evening sun peek through the clouds. Still an 80% chance of showers here for the Barrie area through the remainder of the evening. So Dos Santos steps in. Garces toes the rubber. Couple of final stretches as he kicks the dirt in front of the mound. And he delivers the opening pitch of the game. It's a high fastball at 8:41 on this Thursday night. Home plate umpire Francesco DiBiase. Ryan Hern handling duties at first, and Jared Merkley behind the bag at third. Called strike, and it's 1-1.
Noah Hall playing on the infield at third base. Quite shallow right to start off this game. Ryan Dos Santos, that typical leadoff hitter. Never know what he's able to do.
Swings and just got a piece. The count 1-2.
Well, the Maple Leafs were here for the season opener for the Baycats. Dos Santos led off the game with a home run off Juan Benitez.
Has a team-leading 36 walks. Shown some tremendous patience at the plate this season. Takes one there. Low and away. .36 walks and 35 strikeouts. He's gotten on base a lot despite his .217 batting average. Taking all the way and gets the call there to make it a full count.
Well, he led the IBL in walks last year, so he is that best case scenario for a leadoff hitter, able to get on base right away and make something happen.
Perfect leadoff man gets on base for the heavy hitters behind him, and he takes another one up high. Frank Garces walks the first batter of the ball game.
On that note, we'll give you the defense for the Barrie Baycats behind Frank Garces. In the outfield from left to right, it's Tristan Clark, Noel McGarry-Doyle, and Clayton Keys. At third, it's Noah Hall, Brandon Hernandez, Francisco Hernandez, the pair up the middle. Nolan Macabroda is back at first, and Tyler Plumpton behind the dish.
So Ryan Dos Santos not only leads the Maple Leafs in walks, he leads in steals with 13. So we'll see if he tests the arm of Tyler Plumpton early here. Showing bunt is Mara. It's a good one between first and the pitcher's mound, and absolutely no play for Frank Garces. 2 on for the Leafs with nobody out.
Perfectly placed bunt, maybe catches the Baycats infield in a surprise situation, but you see how far back Francisco Hernandez was playing at second base. Perfect speed on the contact there from the veteran Dan Mara.
Now, you don't necessarily think of the Maple Leafs as a small ball team, but when you got guys like Ryan Dos Santos who can get on, and then the veterans who know how to lay down a bunt and advance runners like Dustin Mara, this team can manufacture runs with the best of them. John Javier hitting .357. Takes his time as he looks around, and calling time now. Not sure what the delay is, but Javier very slow to get into the box.
They're waiting for a first base coach.
Didn't even notice we didn't have one earlier. But we are ready. So runners on, nobody out. Javier, 22 RBIs. First pitch from Garces, and that's high and away. 1-0. Dos Santos is second, Mara at first. Pitch from Garces on the way, and it's hit to second. The relay from Hernandez to his brother over to first, and the throw gets away. In to score is Ryan Dos Santos. It's a 1-0 Maple Leafs lead.
Was a tailor-made double play with the Hernandez brothers there, but Brandon Hernandez struggled with some defense, had a couple errors on Tuesday in Guelph, and another one there. It cost the Baycats a run early.
Catcher number 77, John Javier.
So they'll put that error on the board for Toronto. This should be E6 to allow Javier to get aboard. Mara retired 4-6. Dos Santos scores. It's a 1-0 Toronto lead. Fouled off. Dennis Devanning.
He had that heartbreaking home run in the home opener. 10th inning, 2-run shot.
That error should be for Toronto.
No, it's against Barrie.
Never mind. Fastball outside corner for a strike from Garces.
A double play still in effect here if Javier didn't advance to second on that error.
One on, one out. Foul tip for a strike. And down goes Devanning. That's the third strike. It's brought to you by IMP North. 2 away. And here's Justin Mara.
First baseman number 9, Justin Mara.
Mara, the veteran first baseman.
Big strikeout there for Frank Garces.
Takes the first pitch, and it's outside.
Garces came into that home opener against Toronto in relief, 5 innings to finish out regulation, had 11 strikeouts.
Team leading 83 strikeouts now in this 2025 season. Count 101.
One more would exceed his career high at 83 a season ago.
Fifth year as a Baycat, broke in with this ball club in 2018, returned in time for the 2022 season. And a called strike on the inside part of the plate, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Justin Mara at the plate. Javier the lead at first. Garces is ready. 1-2. Just missed.
Brave take there from Justin Mara. That fastball just kept moving further and further outside of that right-hand batter's box. You saw that one all the way in.
2-2, 2 outs. Javier the lead. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled off to the left side. John Javier does not have a stolen base attempt this season. Frank Garces, the 35-year-old from San Cristobal, Dominican Republic, is ready. The left-hander kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts from Frank Garces as he gets Devanning and Mara back-to-back, but the Maple Leafs get on the board first. We played a half an inning. It's 1-0 Toronto. A strikeout brought to you by IMP North. You're watching Baycats TV on YouTube and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
First inning of play is brought to you by Park Place, Barrie's Grand Slam destination for dining, shopping, and fun. See you after the game.
Josh Meadows starting lineup for the Baycats looks like this. Gary Doyle in center field. Leading off, Brandon Hernandez, the shortstop, hit second. Tristan Clark, number 3 hitter in left field. Nolan Macabrota, fresh off his all-star appearance. First base, batting fourth. Willie Garcia, the DH, hits fifth. Hitting sixth is Noah Hall at third. Clayton Keys in right. Tyler Plumpton behind the plate, and Francisco Hernandez at second base tonight for the Baycats.
On the mound for the Toronto Maple Leafs, making his second start of the season, 22-year-old Matt Brown out of the University of South Florida. 6th overall appearance this year, comes in with an 0-1 record of 4.82 ERA and just 9 1/3 innings so far this year. 8-5 is strikeout to walk ratio.
This lineup for the Baycats definitely looking like a postseason type lineup. Francisco Hernandez back to his familiar spot at second base, and Tristan Clark, Clayton Keys back at right field after being moved around a little bit to recover from injury. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Noel McGarry Doyle. 1-1 the count.
Matt Brown, starting pitcher for Toronto, a product they're very excited about, comes in a rookie year. It's a big man, 6'6".
A line drive over the head of the shortstop and left field for a base hit. So both of these teams getting the leadoff man aboard. A base hit for Noel McGarry Doyle brings up Brandon Hernandez.
Here's the defense for the Toronto Maple Leafs behind Matt Brown. It's Luca Boscarino getting the start in left field. Benjamin Sidorenios in center. Dennis Daybanning back at right. Ryan Dos Santos is back at third base. Spencer Ross at short. Dan Mara at second. Justin Mara at first. And John Javier behind the plate.
Brandon Hernandez hitting .261. Down a little from last season. Hits this one to third. Dos Santos to second for one. On to first. The throw is offline. Probably wouldn't have been in time anyway. So McGarry Doyle retired. 5-4. Hernandez aboard.
Left fielder number 6, Tristan Clark.
I've noticed this a lot with Brandon Hernandez, but he'll hit a ball on the ground that looks like could be a tailor-made double play or something similar to it, even a ground out. He's not really hustling straight out of the box. You can see kind of around where that extra line is to mark the lane. That's when he really starts to turn it on. Saw another example of it right there.
Has 3 steals in 5 attempts. Justin Mara holding him on here. Matt Brown will face Tristan Clark. Takes the first pitch. It's a called strike.
Everybody clap your hands.
Tristan Clark back up to that number 3 spot in the order. I've seen that 3 spot kind of shuffle around a little bit. Usually seeing Clark in 5 or 6, but he's hoping he can make number 3 at home.
.342 average in 29 games for the Baycats. Good enough for a first team North Division IBL All-Star nomination this year. It's a 1-1 count to him here. Pitch from Brown. Foul back to the screen. It's a 1-2 count.
You got to imagine Clark is at least one of, if not the front runner for IBL Rookie of the Year. with those kind of numbers.
Certainly surpassed expectations in his first season with the Baycats. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So one out here, or 2 out, excuse me, as Nolan Macabrota will bat.
First baseman number 20, Nolan Macabrota.
Brandon Hernandez, the runner at first base, and here's the cleanup man. Barrie's representative in the home run derby in Hamilton on Sunday afternoon. I know you got to be there.
Yeah, I was. And his matchup was the best on the day, bar none. Him and Jonathan Salazzo.
Yeah, that pairing definitely caught my attention. In the end, it was Tyler Duncan making it back-to-back home run champions. For him, he won the Derby last year as well.
Macabrota and Salazzo, 3 separate tiebreakers after their initial first 3-minute round.
And he had the home crowd working against him, too,
Absolutely.
Because obviously the Hamilton faithful wanted to see Salazzo advance. And that one's fouled back. 0-2 the count.
Yeah. But for me, I unfortunately I missed the Derby last year in person, but this year it really exceeded my expectations. It was such a spectacle. Really enjoyed it. Obviously, the left-hand hitters in Hamilton are favored very much so, and that's what I think would make the Macabrota and Salazzo matchup that much better. Both lefties.
I saw some footage from the Korean Baseball League's All-Star festivities, and I don't know if they do a home run derby or not, but one of the things they do is they have a bunt
Yes, I've seen
derby
this.
with a circle right between, I don't know if they moved it around, but the footage I saw was between third and the pitcher's mound.
Yeah, the KBO's done that for a few years. It's really exciting to see.
It was kind of like a curling setup with the circles.
With the house, yeah.
Trying to, that one at the shoes of Macabrota, and it hit him.
It bounced up, hit him just below the knee, it looked like. Looks like he's okay in terms of walking out of that one, but definitely a scary pitch, and you see when it's spiked right in front of your feet.
Willie Garcia. He's got his average up to 264, playing in his 30th game for the Baycats. He's been as reliable as they come for manager Josh Matlow, ready to play every game. The veteran and former major leaguer calls time. So 2 on for Barrie. It's Brandon Hernandez at second, Nolan Macabrota at first. 2 out in the inning. Here's the pitch. That's a strike to Garcia. I was curious as to why they had you reporting on the South team dugout. I thought you'd be covering the North.
I was going around.
Oh, were you back and forth?
Yes,
it
I
seemed
was.
like you were doing the South players more, from what I saw on television.
I was moving around. I started out in the South side dugout.
And they had the Well and Jackfish broadcasters there doing some on-field as well. And
yeah, their set was on the left side, so I was sticking a bit more to the right side for the start of the game at least. But got around to both dugouts for sure. I think I covered each side equally.
A lot of work, but you guys did a fine job. No balls, 2 strikes. Garcia's ready. Matt Brown with the pitch, and it's hit in the air to right field, and a great diving catch by Dennis Day-Banning. That's as pretty as you'll see as he makes a diving catch, ranging to his left, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Baycats strand 2 and are unable to get on the board in the bottom of the 1st. No score through 1 on Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run. The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield.
Ben Davy and Julius Hern at Athletic Kulture Stadium on what's turned out to be a nice Thursday night. We had some shower activity for about an hour, delaying the start of this game. But very comfortable now, temperature dropping. We did have some towels out to dry off the benches and get ourselves ready for this broadcast here tonight. Here's a former Baycat. Mike Chiquetto, the DH tonight, a right-handed hitter. He's been in this league a long time. Takes the first pitch. One of those guys who's just well known with all 9 of these IBL teams.
He was actually released earlier this year and re-signed 5 days ago. Been in a couple of games since he came back with the Leafs, but a name that people know around the league, that's for sure.
Popped up, is it playable? Right side, Macabrota coming over near the fence, reaches up, makes the catch. 1 down. Tough catch to make on that wet grass.
Number 2, Spencer Ross.
Had to come a long way on that right side. Here's Spencer Ross now.
The field conditions are actually much better than expected considering all the rainfall we got. This field does drain surprisingly well. But obviously the biggest concern for anybody on the field right now is the outfield grass, and even some of the infield grass we saw with Nolan Macabrota there can be slippery at times, but looks to be holding up nicely.
Well, it's been so long since we've had rain. I think this ground just drank up a lot of the water so quickly that fell. It all came in a span of about an hour or so.
You can the dry spots on the field are quite noticeable.
We've got a really dark sky in left field, but that's the weather that has passed. And then over center field right now is a little bit of partial clearing. Really nice color with the sun kind of filtering through the clouds there in center. And a very nice sky behind first base as well, too. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Spencer Ross, the shortstop. Garces struck out 2 in the first, kicks and deals the 1-2, and it's a line drive to center field. It will drop for a base hit. Well, McGarry Doyle picks it up on a hop. Second hit of the game for Toronto.
Spencer Ross, really nice addition for the Maple Leafs this year. Was second team All IBL last year with Kitchener. Very much an average, like a player that hits for a strong average. But anchoring that shortstop, second base position for this team very nicely.
Benjamin Sidorenios now will bat for the first time, shows bunt, and it rolls foul. Spencer Ross has just 1 steal. The right-hander is ready against the left-hander, Frank Garces. Plumpton puts down the sign, and now time is called. Ross uses his timeout. Or Sidorenios, excuse me. Ross, the runner at first.
He's trying to disrupt Garces' rhythm as much as possible.
Called strike. Frank worked one inning, the opening inning of the All-Star game on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, Owen Boone was set to start for the North, but still had a little bit of tightness from pitching 2 days prior in London.
Frank worked a clean 3 up, 3 down inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for IMP North. Third for Garces, who, as you mentioned, has already surpassed his record season-high total.
Is that now 85 strikeouts for the year? His previous high in 23, 83. 11 of those strikeouts from this season came in that home opener in relief. 5 innings, 11 strikeouts in that game.
So that is a record for Frank Garces. Cesar Rosado hit 105 strikeouts last season for the Baycats. But Garces far and away the leader in that category here in 2025. Up comes the number 9 hitter, Luca Boscarino, taking all the way. It's a strike, 0-2. Ross, the runner at first. Takes a lead of about 3 or 4 steps. Garces has the sign, kicks and delivers the 0-2. Swung and a miss, strike 3. 2 innings with 2 strikeouts in each of them for Frank Garces. Maple Leafs still lead 1-0 after an inning and a half. Strikeout brought to you by IMP North. You're watching Baycats TV on YouTube and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Highview Contracting Group in Barrie and Simcoe County, offering award-winning hardscape, interlocking, pools, excavation, and more. Call 705-985-7669 or highviewcontracting.ca. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Second inning of play brought to you by JC Unlimited Contracting. Design, supply, build, renovate. Servicing Simcoe region for over a decade.
Ben Davy and Julius Hern here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. Hey, maybe you're one of those Baycats fans who gets home from work late and you're just putting on the TV. We got good news for you. You haven't missed too much of the game. We had a 1-hour rain delay. Our first pitch just after 8:30 here tonight. And we are in the bottom of the second inning. So hunker down and enjoy this one. Baycats coming to bat. Noah Hull will lead it off. Matt Brown on the mound for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're up 1-0 in this game. Fouled off to the left.
We were talking earlier about Nolan Macabroda and the home run derby on Sunday. Noah Hull was his pitcher. And from everything I gathered Sunday and even kind of leading up to the event, Noah Hull was the most nervous person going into that.
Fouls that one back.
But you can tell like they were having more fun as time went on, especially with 3 different tiebreakers between Macabroda and Salazzo.
Really tells you something when you're more nervous as a pitcher than in the home run derby than you are as than the players who are in the game. But these guys all good teammates and really want to help each other out. Hall is ready. So is Brown. Now he steps off. He wants to run through the signs again.
There was only one non-player throwing in the home run derby, and that was Yosuke Fuji. Had one of the Panthers coaches throwing for him in the derby.
0-2 pitch, grounded off the screen. This side of the Baycat dugout. Count holds 0-2.
Dan Mara of the Maple Leafs actually was pitching for Jonathan Salazzo. Second straight year they've had that connection.
A lot of all-star games between those two. No balls, 2 strikes. Brown delivers. Outside. Count 1-2. Another busy weekend for the Baycats in Hamilton tomorrow night at 7:30. Chatham-Kent visits here Saturday afternoon at 4:05 at Athletic Kulture Stadium. Hull lays off and the count is 2-2. Leafs get Guelph at home tomorrow night, and then they're on the road for a 6:05 game Saturday in Welland. This is Toronto's first road game since July 6th. That was a 9-5 win in Kitchener. 5 straight at home and 5 straight losses. They take that streak into this game here tonight. Great at bat here by Hull as he battles back, makes it 3-2.
Well, I think that's the biggest story here for this Toronto Maple Leafs team is just the inability to rack up wins at home. They're 3-14 at Christie Pitts this year with a 9 ERA.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Brown tonight, 1 away. Here comes Clayton Keys.
It seems to be the pitching more so than the hitting at home for the Maple Leafs. I mentioned a 9.0 ERA at home. On the road, a 3.37 ERA. That's a large difference. That's over 5 runs.
Yeah, that's too significant to ignore.
Yet the difference between the team's average on the road and at home is only 26 points.
Well, the offense has been struggling. A real concern for the Leafs, not just the 5-game skid, but the lopsided scores. 15-5 at home against Welland, 11-2 to Kitchener, 13-3 to Hamilton. I mean, those are some blowout wins. 21 runs in those 5 games. So this is a team that's notorious for putting up big run totals at Christie Pitts, a park with short outfield dimensions and really a hitter's park, but those bats have been stone cold as of late.
When you look at the scores the Baycats have put up, they're both their times there as well. 17-7 and 8-6.
Key spins out of the way of that one. It's a 3-0 count. So 21 runs scored in those 5 games. They gave up 58. So outscored by 37 runs in those 5 games. All 5 at home. Great at bat by Keys, draws a walk. After being brushed back on the previous pitch, he's aboard with 1 out for Tyler Plumpton.
Catcher number 44, Tyler Plumpton.
You gotta wonder if in this situation, we've brought up this kind of theme quite a bit over the last little bit with Tyler Plumpton, but the amount of double plays he's grounded into has been somewhat of a problem for the Baycats, especially as of late. You gotta imagine that this could be a bunt situation.
Well, that's a good way to stay out of a double play, usually. He's willing to sacrifice to move the runner up. 1 out, we'll see. Some speed on the bases with Keys. Bluffs a start. Pitch is a called strike.
Plumpton's grounded into 8 double plays this year. That's only 1 back of Junior Ibarra of Kitchener for the league lead. Both catchers. Not a category you want to be leading the league in. but it has cost the Baycats in some moments over this last stretch. There's been games with Plumpton where he's had multiple.
Brown with a long look in. To the belt. Here's the 1-1. Call strike, 1-2. Plumpton pitched an inning Tuesday night in Guelph against the Royals in that blowout game. Baycats just ran out of arms, didn't really have much in terms of pitching to draw on. It was a shaky start for Christopher Torres. Braden Pakala struggled as well, coming into the game with runners on, and just a frustrating night all around for the Baycats at the end of a very busy stretch of games.
I was talking to some of the players on the team before the game, and they were saying it's just one of those nights, and definitely maybe coming out of the All-Star break with not even much of a break, to be honest, played a factor.
This one hit down the line and foul.
Yeah, you mentioned Tyler Plumpton getting an appearance on the mound. Second time he's had that in the IBL. Now he's got up to 2 innings pitched. He still has an ERA of 0.
I believe Plumpton's the only position player who's pitched this season.
That's correct.
Taking a look. See any other names on there? I know Ryan Rio has pitched on occasion previous seasons, an inning or two here or there, but
well, it's funny enough, the last time the Baycats were in Guelph last regular season, Ryan Rio had an inning on the mound.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, that was in Guelph. You're right. Good memory. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think the Baycats count themselves lucky they haven't had to use position players in such a fashion.
Yeah, it's not uncommon in the IBL. This one hit up the middle to short. Steps on the bag for 1, over to first. A double play off the bat of Tyler Plumpton, and the inning is over. Baycats unable to get on the board. We play 2. 1-0 Maple Leafs. Rogers TV Barrie and Baycats TV YouTube.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats!
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer!
What if a thrift store could change lives? Barrie Families Unite is making it happen. Essential needs support for those families in our community who need it most. Charity gives. Dignity empowers.
By Render 3D Quick, the #1 architectural 3D rendering company in Canada.
Toronto coming to bat here in the top of the 3rd inning at Athletic Kulture Stadium. 1-0 Maple Leafs lead, and it's the leadoff man Ryan DeSantos.
Third baseman number 8, Ryan Dos Santos.
Walked and scored in the top of the 1st. That kind of sounds like the story of the season for him.
Again, Noah Hull playing in at third base.
First pitch strike.
Baycats 2-1 against Toronto. This is their 4th of 6 regular season matchups. Toronto's win came here on Barrie's season opener at home, championship ring night, and lots of celebration in the park, but it was Toronto coming away with a win. And they will meet again Wednesday next week at Christie Pitts. Hit on the ground to short. Hernandez plants, throws high, and it's not in time. Big reach by Macabrota to bring that one down. They're to call it an infield hit.
As it should be. Dos Santos runs really well. He is that prototypical leadoff hitter. He's got everything you want. Hernandez really took a lot of time to set his feet there. It was a strong throw. Nearly took Macabrota off the bag, but still Dos Santos able to beat that out.
Dos Santos with 35 runs scored to lead the Maple Leafs, and for much of the season he has led the IBL in that category, and it's a very impressive number for a guy hitting .217.
Well,
runner goes, ball is dropped. They're going to call catcher's interference.
Batter's interference. Mara called out.
Mara is out, so maybe on the backswing, interfering with Plumpton.
So when he swung, his momentum brought him further in front of the plate and got in the way of Tyler Plumpton. Plumpton had a great pop-up to get that throw down to second base, but clearly interfered there by Dan Mara, and Ryan Dos Santos is going to head back to first.
Catcher number 77, John Javier.
So Mara out on strikes and interference.
Batter's interference.
Does that count as a strikeout in the
No.
stats? No? Okay. Well, we put the IMP North graphic up anyways. And back to first goes Dos Santos. John Javier now. Plumpton framing that one. It's just outside.
Dos Santos now one back of the league lead in runs, as we were talking about earlier. Jonah Weisner with 37, Dos Santos now with 36.
Yeah, he's been right up there, at or near the top all season. 13 steals and 17 attempts. Count is 2-1, I believe. Yes.
Yep.
And Dos Santos draws a throw from Garces.
John Javier, another starter in the All-Star game as an outfielder on Sunday. Junior Ibarra getting the start behind the plate, took home MVP honors.
Reached on an error in his previous at-bat. 3-1 the count now. Garces checks the runner. 3-1 pitch. Called strike. Javier not happy about that. Maybe more frustrated at himself than the umpire on that call.
Javier came into the game tonight hitting 6 for 10 against lefties, leading the team.
Waggles the bat. Runner goes. Pitch fouled away. And we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Oh for 4 in the loss to Chatham-Kent last night. Still has the average at .357. Here comes the crowd behind Frank Garces. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for IMP North. 2 out in the inning. And here's Dennis Day Banning.
Right fielder number 19, Dennis Davy.
Dave Banning's having a fantastic season of his own. Surprised he wasn't an all-star selection. 5 home runs already on the year.
Made a spectacular catch in right field earlier in this ball game. Fouls that one back, 0-1. Dave Banning and Jordan Castaldo, the only Maple Leafs to get more than one hit in that game against Chatham-Kent last night. Pitch on the way from Garces. A little off-speed pitch down the line. It's foul. Hall was in position to play it anyways. Went off his glove, so he's actually lucky that was foul.
Yeah, you can see Rob Butler at third base. He's confused as to why that was called foul. It definitely looked like it had a chance to be fair. From our vantage point, not a great look to see if it came over the third base bag in fair territory, but we'll do it all again.
No balls, 2 strikes to Dave Banning. Garces. Dave Banning steps off. Now he's ready. Runner leads at first. That's Ryan Dos Santos. He goes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for IMP North. Frank Garces with 2 strikeouts in all 3 innings tonight. It's a 1-0 Toronto lead, however, after 2.5 here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game, hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game.
Third inning of play is brought to you by Render 3D Quick, the #1 architectural 3D rendering company in Canada, working with thousands of builders, developers, architects, and more.
1-0 Toronto lead for Matt Brown and the Maple Leafs. Francisco Hernandez to the plate as announced by our junior Baycat announcer tonight. And a first pitch strike from Brown.
That's Brock is our junior Baycat tonight, announcing the third inning, and it might be the best one yet.
He is right into it tonight. There's one kid who's happy this game didn't get rained out. It's always interesting, the anxiety and the uncertainty when it's raining. Are we going to get the game in? What's going on? What's the radar looking like? What's the field condition like? And sometimes patience prevails at the end of it.
Josh Mallow, the manager of the Baycats, was not even breaking a sweat about getting this game in tonight.
He certainly wasn't. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Matt Brown. Lead off the third inning. We're back to the top of the order. Here's Noel McGarry-Doyle.
Responsible for the only hit the Baycats have thus far. But Matt Brown's cruising, at least so far. Strikeouts in each inning.
These teams have a history of low-scoring games here in Barrie and high-scoring games in Christie Pitts over the years, if you were to look back. Now, the one game this season was 6-4, but
I think the exception to that is the playoffs last year. The high-scoring games were here, and the low-scoring game was at Christie Pitts.
That's right. It was inverse last year, which kind of seemed like an anomaly.
It was only 3-2, I think, one game in Christie Pitts in the playoffs last year.
Called strike, 0-2. Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all.
We have probably 15 or 20 Maple Leaf fans on the third base side near the Toronto dugout, and
a few of the Bushmen are down there as well. I did notice them earlier.
They are into this ball game. They came up Highway 400 to watch some baseball tonight, and they are cheering on the Maple Leafs. This one fouled off towards them.
And speaking of the playoffs, last year they got up for game one, and they were telling me that night that was the only game that they managed to get to on the road last year. I imagine that's the same case right now with this being road game number one for them.
Well, they're known for their creative, good-natured heckling at their ballpark. Haven't heard any here tonight.
Well,
into the glove, strike three. 2 strikeouts for Brown.
I noticed they were giving it to Tristan Clark quite a bit earlier when he struck out in the first inning. But
I think maybe the code of conduct shifts just a little bit when you're in a visitor's ballpark.
Absolutely.
You want to be respectful. Baycats fans certainly make a lot of noise at Christie Pitts, but they keep things good-natured.
The one time I was at Christie Pitts this year for a game, it was much of the game in the latter half I was next to the Bushmen. It was quite entertaining.
I've said it before, but I love taking the subway down to Christie Pitts in Toronto, and it's just such a vibrant neighborhood in the city, right in the heart of Koreatown. Great restaurants up and down Bloor Street. Make an evening of it. Have dinner and just relax and enjoy a nice night in the city. Free baseball. Definitely an experience like none other in the Intercounty Baseball League. 2-0 the count. Brandon Hernandez steps out. And now he's ready. 2-0 pitch from Brown. Fouled off to the left. If you're wondering about the IBL signing deadline, that is fast approaching as well. Monday next week at 11:59. So that's July 28th. It's always the last Monday of July. That's the last chance these teams will have to decide what their team is going to look like. After that point, teams can't release a player and then sign someone else who's available. So everybody's got to be signed by that cutoff. Down the line, foul.
Yeah, so you're probably going to see a lot of movement over the next few days between the teams in the IBL. Toronto has been a team this year that has made, I want to say, more moves than anybody else in terms of releasing and picking up players. Released a couple of guys actually today. So there's going to be a lot of movement, especially with that team, but I'm sure the Baycats have something in store for the next weekend as well.
Fans will be clicking refresh on that transactions tab on the IBL website over the next few days for sure. 2 balls, 2 strikes here.
Remember last year, the Guelph Royals signed Dalton Pompey in case that he decided he wanted to come back and play another 20 games or so. You got to imagine what that would have added to their postseason run.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Brown deals. Fouled back. Great at bat here by Brandon Hernandez. Trying to stop Matt Brown from striking out the side here in the third. Count holds 2-2. Brown to Hernandez.
fouls it away again.
Really working the pitch count here, Brandon Hernandez. A lot of leverage from Matt Brown, 6'6" frame as a righty. He's got a lot of momentum behind him in his delivery, but Hernandez is obviously seeing it well.
Another foul ball. Was it Davis Schneider of the Blue Jays that fouled off something like 14 pitches? Or
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that in one of those Yankees games. Every once in a while, you see a player foul off a bunch in a row and then get the exact pitch he's looking for. Let's see if Hernandez can find it here. 2-2. It's a high fly ball to center field, but it'll hang up there. And the catch is made in center field by Benjamin Citorenios. And that will do it as the Baycats go up, three down here in the third inning. We played 1-0 Toronto here at Athletic Kulture Stadium.
The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Top of the fourth inning, Maple Leafs come to bat, 1-0 Toronto. Justin Mora, 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Vintage Throne Barber Lounge, redefining gentlemen one community at a time.
Baycats winners of 12 of 14. Real hot streak after a slow start to this season and looking to climb those standings. Clinched a playoff spot.
With a win tonight, they'll clinch a playoff spot.
Now, I looked at the standings, and that little T was already beside their name. I think what it is, well, it's not going to happen. But worst case scenario would be a tie with Brantford, but they would have the head-to-head. So I think that's why they've clinched.
That makes sense.
To short, Hernandez scoops it up, throws in time for the out.
Otherwise, if that tiebreaker wasn't in place, it would be Barrie would have to win, or Brantford would have to lose one more.
Yeah.
Number 3, Mike Chiquetto.
A win tonight would be Barrie's 20th, and Brantford can only win 19 if they ran the table from this point on. The Baycats in a fight with the London Majors right now for sole possession of second. Well, and still with a comfortable, for now, 3-game lead on those two teams. They've been in first place pretty much all season.
This Toronto team 12-18. 1 game ahead of the Kitchener Panthers, who are in that number 8 seed right now.
Yeah, there's no question the Panthers would love to pass Toronto and just establish a little bit of breathing room, just so they don't have to be looking over their shoulder at Brantford for the rest of the season. But Red Sox, 6-game losing streak, and unfortunately for them, just starting to really fade out of the playoff picture quickly here. 0-2 from Garces. On the ground to first. Macabroda will take it himself.
We're talking about the Kitchener Panthers, and we saw them here the day before the All-Star game. How scrappy that team is. They'd won 3 straight before that game, and even then it was a tight extra innings affair. You know, if the Baycats end up playing the Kitchener Panthers in the playoffs, which is very possible if they climb ahead of the Maple Leafs, that might be a series to watch out for.
Well, they did not look like an 8th place team when they were here in Barrie, I can tell you that. So which team will show up for the playoffs, that's another thing. Of course, the Baycats had a really good handle on the Guelph Royals last year and swept them 4 straight for the IBL Championship Series, but 2 losses to Guelph here in this stretch of 14 games, so
3 total.
Yeah, anything is possible. Yeah, I guess Barrie's worst record would probably be against Guelph if you went down the list. Can't recall any other team they've lost 3 to yet. 1-1. Fouled over the screen.
Lost twice to London. Lost twice to London, Welland, and Hamilton. Lost twice to Chatham-Kent. Have not lost yet to Brantford or Kitchener, but 3 losses to the Royals.
Garces has retired 5 straight, following the single by Ryan DeSantos to open the 3rd. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's a little flare over second base into center field. So that'll break that little string. 2-out single for Spencer Ross. Here comes Benjamin Sidorenios. Sidorenios 0 for 1.
Number 14, Ben Sidorenios.
Struck out in the 2nd inning. First pitch, it's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Right back off the glove of Garces. Backhanded by Hernandez. No play. Might have hit his shoe.
I think it hit his foot or maybe his ankle even. But that was quite the carom. It took Brandon Hernandez far out of his rhythm. A little bit of a lucky break there for the Maple Leafs to now have 2 on with 2 out.
Left fielder number 84, Luca Boscarino.
So Luca Boscarino, the number 9 hitter. 2 on, 2 out here in the 4th inning. Just joining us, Frank Garces with 6 strikeouts already tonight. Give him 88 on the season. That's not only the team lead, that is a career high for Frank Garces in the IBL.
It's also the league lead as well right now.
The 2-season member of the San Diego Padres in fine form. A decade later here in the Intercounty Baseball League.
Pardon me, he'd be 2 back of Victor Payano for the league lead. Payano coming in tonight with 90.
Garces can get 89 with a strike here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boscarino is ready. Waggles the bat. Garces checks the runner, and he delivers. Swing and a miss for IMP North. A big inning-ending strikeout. 4 straight innings now that Frank Garces has ended the inning with a strikeout. Barrie still down 1-0 though as we head to the 5th inning. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Left on base.
Highview Contracting Group in Barrie and Simcoe County, offering award-winning hardscape, interlocking, pools, excavation, and more. Call 705-985-7669 or highviewcontracting.ca. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Fourth inning of play is brought to you by Vintage Throne Barber Lounge, redefining gentlemen one community at a time.
Yeah, I was at Vintage Throne Barber Lounge this afternoon. Funny you mentioned.
Looking sharp.
Thank you, sir. Got to sit in Massimo's chair today, and big shout out to him. And
he's my go-to as well.
Yeah, I've had him, I've had Claudio, I've had Daniel. They all do an outstanding job. So if you've never been, or maybe it's been a while, be sure to check them out, say hello. Lots of Baycats paraphernalia up on the walls. They've been great sponsors of this franchise for the last number of years. We always got an espresso for you if you walk in the door. You got a minute or two to enjoy that before your appointment, so they take great care of you. Clark checked to swing, or did he? Yes, he did. They field the first. Count 1-1.
Matt Brown has looked fantastic so far. Just one hit allowed first 3 innings.
Off the mask of the catcher. Francesco DiBiase will hand deliver the baseball. Just to buy a little extra time for catcher John Javier. Looks like he's fine. I expect he'll dust off home plate as well. Out comes the brush, and there it is. Checks to make sure he's good, and he is. So it's a 1-2 count to Tristan Clark. Clark was Brown's first strikeout victim back in the first inning. Brown delivers outside, 2-2. Just joining us, Military Appreciation Night. So the Baycats wearing their military alternate theme uniform here this evening. Strike 3. Clark down, just frozen on that pitch. Not what he was looking for. One away.
Really nice curveball out of the hand of Matt Brown. Tristan Clark knew it right away. That's his second K of the day. For Clark, that is. Number 5 for Brown.
Brown with 5, Garces with 7. If you love strikeouts, this has been a great first half of the ball game. Misses on the first offering to Nolan Macabrota. Pitch from Brown. Swing and a miss.
That 5th strikeout for Brown. Now his career high in the IBL. Had 4 against Barrie in a previous outing, July 4th at Christie Pitts. Took the loss in that game in 4 innings. His only decision on the year.
That's a strike. 1-2. .345 average at the plate. Here's the pitch. Jammed him. It's hit to shallow left field, and the catch is made by Luca Lostorino. 2 out in the inning. Here comes Willie Garcia.
Garcia put a really nice bat on the ball in that first inning when the Baycats were threatening, but that was Dennis Davanning's time to shine. A diving catch towards that right field corner. And you got to imagine that's the reason the Leafs still in the lead here in the bottom of the fourth.
Garcia 1 for 3 and scored a run for the Baycats Tuesday night in Guelph. Takes a first pitch strike. Six in a row retired by Brown, including a double play to end the second inning. Baycats looking for just their second hit of this ball game. Brown delivers outside. Framed by Javier, did not get the call. Too far off the plate. The pitch, and it's sprayed foul. Slices that off to the right field side. 1-2 the count. Noah Hall is on deck, hopeful for an at-bat here on the fourth. Garcia flied out to end the first. And he lifts this one to right field. It's a fair ball, and it'll be extra bases. Down towards the right field foul pole, a stand-up double for Willie Garcia with 2 out here in the fourth.
Basically the exact same hit, batted ball that he had in that first inning, but Dennis Davanningh, the right fielder, different positioning for him. Looked like he was shaded a little bit over to the pole side, unable to get that one as it drifted towards the corner. That's a big hit for the Baycats. Runner in scoring position now with 2 out.
Yeah, that ball he hit to Davanningh to end the first was hit a little bit higher than that one he just hit now.
Yeah, a little bit further under it. That proved to be the difference. Just the second hit for Barrie.
So Noah Hull will try to get the Baycats on the board. Down 1-0 to Toronto here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Time is called as Hull wants a moment. Garcia at second base. Don't know about you, but I love watching John Boy video breakdowns, and he had a really good one this week featuring Jazz Chisholm of the Yankees at second base, stealing signs. And you wonder, well, how are base runners stealing signs now? It's all electronic now, right, with the PitchCom? But he's looking to see the grip of the pitcher's hand in his mitt on the ball. This one's lifted high to third base. Shortstop there as well, calls him off and makes the catch. So that'll do it. Garcia stranded at second base. And we've played 4 here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. Toronto on top, 1-0. Julius will call innings 5 and 6 when we return. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
Baycats in the fourth, no runs. 1.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats!
What if a thrift store could change lives? Barrie Families Unite is making it happen. Essential needs support for those families in our community who need it most. Charity gives. Dignity empowers.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Inning number 5, Athletic Kulture Stadium. 1-0 Maple Leafs lead over the Baycats. Julius, Hern, Ben, Davy along with you. Back to the top of the order for Toronto. It's Ryan Dos Santos, who has that only run on the board so far for the Leafs coming into the first inning, scoring off a throwing error by Brandon Hernandez on what would have been a double play. But yet again, Noah Hall playing in. First pitch from Garces, called a strike.
Yeah, this was a game that we thought we might not even get in tonight. There was about an hour of pretty steady rain across the Barrie area, right at game time, about 45 minutes or so before the game had started.
Line shot into right field. That looks like it could be extra bases for Dos Santos, rolling all the way to the wall. Keys picks it up. The throw in is cut off by Francisco Hernandez, a leadoff double for the Maple Leafs leadoff man.
Seeing a lot of balls hit down that right field line tonight. Those fans that decided to sit down there are definitely getting their money's worth as far as action here in this ball game. That's very similar to the ball that Garcia hit.
Dan Mara.
Second hit of the game for Dos Santos. Reached on a single in the third inning. And I'll turn it over to Dan Mara, who was called out on batter's interference with Dos Santos on first in that inning. Bit of an odd call. I haven't seen that yet this year. First pitch to him is a breaking ball in for a strike.
Yeah, first time I've written BI in my scorebook this season. I wasn't even sure how to record that, but
well, last game we called, we saw a runner hit by a batted ball. I hadn't seen that yet. Mara shows bunt, pulls it back. It's still called a strike as the infield charges in.
Catcher's interference is by far the more common scenario that you see at a play at home plate. Oftentimes the catcher's mitt will interfere with the hitter's swing. Some catchers reach in a little too close, and any contact, the home plate umpire will be quick to pick that up.
0-2 from Garces. Popped foul out of play on the right side.
Runner at second here, so maybe we can pick up on our conversation last half inning about the sign stealing with Dos Santos at second. And if you come to a game, that's something interesting to watch for. See if that runner at second is making any signals to the hitter. It happens a lot in Major League Baseball.
Case pitch by Garces. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for IMP North. Garces racking them up.
Strikeouts in all 5 innings tonight, and 3 innings he has 2 strikeouts.
Catcher number 77.
I mentioned the video that I saw on John Boy Media with Jazz Chisholm, and he was leaning in, like looking right into the pitcher's glove to see what the grip was or how he was holding the ball, and then gesturing to the hitter in a very demonstrative way, waving his arms if it was a sinker or a slider, and making a different motion if it was a fastball, and being obvious about it. It's not cheating. And
you know what? Come to think of it, going back to that Kitchener game on Saturday, we saw it a little bit with A.J. Carosas at second base as well. You know, we saw him kind of waving his arms or doing the arm circles when he was at second base with Cesar Rosado on the mound.
I wondered if that was a case of signal stealing. Never got a chance to talk to him after the game, but wouldn't surprise me at all if that's what he was doing. Or just a decoy. That happens a lot in baseball,
Absolutely.
too. Sometimes it's completely bogus, and the teammate knows it, and it's just, I'm going to make some gestures here, just ignore him. It doesn't mean anything.
You see it a lot with third base coaches. They'll put a sign on, and they'll have a signal within that kind of waves it off, and it means totally nothing. Garces back ahead 0-2. Here's the pitch. Line into right field. That's a base hit for Javier. Rounding third, getting the hold up from Rob Butler is Dos Santos. A perfect throw in from Clayton Keys. Potentially saving a run. Dos Santos runs really well. But now runners on the corners with a 2-strike base hit by John Javier.
Right fielder number 19, Dennis Davy.
Great job by Keys to get that throw in a hurry, and a smart move to hold Dos Santos at third.
Would have been out by at least half the length. Dos Santos runs really well, but Rob Butler was kind of maybe a bit of a late signal. Looked like Dos Santos was rounding pretty heavily. Well, I'll bring up Dennis Day-Banning. He's struck out twice so far. First pitch to him is popped foul again. Garces doing a nice job getting out in front of these Toronto hitters early.
He's had base runners to deal with all 5 innings. Second inning in a row that he's had 2 base runners to deal with at the same time.
Here's the 0-1. Just inside. Another fastball. Day-Banning takes it in.
Maybe just trying to move him off the plate a little bit. Day-Banning laying off that pitch. Wouldn't have got much on it anyways.
Garces looking for a double play here. Javier's lead on first. And fouled off the ground off of Tyler Plumpton. I'm sure got a piece of it.
Plumpton's target the last few pitches very low in the zone. Almost looks like he's trying to induce that ground ball.
Well, having watched Day-Banning swing enough, he's very much a high ball power hitter. You saw that in his home run here in the season opener for the Baycats. A 1-2. Javier leads off first. Dos Santos at third. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout, number 9 for Garces. It's brought to you by IMP North. 2 down.
Oh, Frank Garces dialing it up here in these middle innings. Strikeouts in all 5 innings. Now 4 innings where he's had 2 strikeouts.
Number 9, Justin Mara.
Third time he's put Dennis Day-Banning down on strikes. Then I'll bring up Justin Mara. First pitch to him is just low. Justin Mara, big name around this league, a 2018 MVP winner, a former Chicago Cubs draft pick. Here's the 1-0. Foul back to the backstop. Bit of a reach there from the Leafs first baseman.
Strikeout really big. It gives the middle infielders a chance to play back on the dirt now rather than double play depth. Brandon Hernandez at short. Francisco Hernandez back at second tonight.
One for 10 with a home run in this situation for Justin Mara this year. Runners in scoring position and 2 out. It's 1-1 from Garces. Line to short. Caught on a line by Brandon Hernandez. Garces gets out of a jam. Leaves 2 runners on base. He gets up to 9 strikeouts through 5 innings. Baycats just 2 hits on the evening trying to get back into this one. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're watching Baycats TV.
I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
I'm Ben, he's Julius. We're back live at Athletic Kulture Stadium. Our fifth inning is brought to you by One-Eyed Jack Barrie. Bring your same-day Baycats tickets before or after a game and get 10% off your bill.
Bottom third of the Baycats order coming up here in the fifth. Clayton Keys, Tyler Plumpton, Francisco Hernandez. Keys got a threat started in the second inning with a one-out walk, but was later doubled up on a ground out by Tyler Plumpton. Matt Brown still up for inning number 5, longest appearance he's had this year. And there's a drive. Deep center field. Will it go? Yes, it will.
No, off wall.
Off the wall, pardon me. Thrown into third base. Tough to see a dark sky out there, but that is a huge hit for Barrie, a double for Clayton Keys.
We don't often see balls hit to that straightaway center field. That's the deepest part of the ballpark. Benjamin Sidorenios going back as far as he could, but that ball just over his head. And a nice start to this inning for the Baycats.
Long way to go, 405 in center field. Just the second time the Baycats have had a runner in scoring, third time, runner in scoring position.
It feels like a very deep 405 as well. I mean, a lot of major league ballparks are 400 or even a little less than 400 straight away. And I can't recall the last home run that we've seen hit to straightaway center.
Noel McGarry Doyle against Guelph. That's the last one that comes to mind for me. There's a delay here with Ryan Dos Santos at third base.
Well, the good news for Tyler Plumpton is he will not hit into an inning-ending double play this at-bat, and probably won't hit into a double play, period, unless it's a line drive. But we've been mentioning that unusual trend for him this season. Yeah. And he's having an outstanding year. But he hit into another 6-4 double, 3 double play to end the second tonight.
The corners are in for the Leafs defense. He shows bunt. The ball gets behind Javier into his legs. A little tangle up there with home plate umpire Francesco DiBiase. Keys takes third. Some heads-up base running from him.
Yeah, DiBiase didn't help him much. He just sort of moved back a step or two, but a chaotic scramble for that baseball and no chance for Javier.
So tying run 90 feet away. Full infield in now for the Leafs.
That could be a big 90 feet, too, the way this game has been going.
1-0 to Plumpton. Nobody out. The pitch from Brown. Swung on and missed. Big swing there from Tyler Plumpton. A hard one. You don't see that often. Just 3 hits for Barrie so far tonight, 7 for the Leafs. 1-1 in the dirt, blocked by Javier. Infield in, 2-1 Plumpton on the ground to short. Ross with a nice snag. The throw on to first is in time to Justin Mara. Keys holds up at third. That's a big out for Toronto.
Ross could not have played that any better. Looked back Keys to third and still left himself plenty of time to make a strong throw across to get Tyler Plumpton, not the fastest runner on the bases. Knew exactly how much time he had.
Well, the infield will stay in here. Francisco Hernandez coming out, the number 9 hitter. Struck out his first time up. First pitch to him is fouled away right side.
Leafs do not want to give up this tying run. We're only in the 5th inning, but it has been a tight ball game so far between these two clubs.
And as we mentioned, historically in the regular season at least, a lot of close ball games at this park between these two opponents. 0-1 to Hernandez is low and away. Breaking ball from Brown.
A reminder, these teams will play, or the Baycats will be back in action tomorrow night in Hamilton. That game on Cable 14, so be sure to go to that website. It's not on YouTube. It's on the Cable 14 website, and it is a live stream, free. You don't have to be a subscriber to enjoy tomorrow night's ball game.
1-1 from Brown. Swing and miss from Hernandez up high.
Reed Duthie will have the call, and I'm guessing probably Neil Srivastava as well.
Probably.
He does a lot of those Hamilton games and always enjoy their broadcasts. So check that out tomorrow night if you're not heading down to Hamilton for it. And then we're back here on Saturday for Chatham-Kent.
Myself, Declan Collins on the call. Here's the 1-2 to Hernandez. Up the middle, hard hit, and past the infield. Keys comes in to score. We have a tie ball game.
Well, that's because the infield was drawn in, and it ends up being a costly decision. Dan Mara just had no time to react to that ball. Brings in Clayton Keys, and Barrie gets on the board for the first time tonight.
Looked like it also skipped off the back of the mound a little bit too and kind of flattened out the roll. Not as much of a bounce for Mara to catch up to. But now a routine double play is back in order to get the Leafs out of this one.
It would be interesting to see if the infield was back, would Keys have been able to score, but at least they would have been able to throw out the batter.
See Luis Florentino heading out to the Leafs bullpen. Hadn't seen any action so far, but he's on his way out there. Hernandez the lead at first. Noel McGarry-Doyle at the dish. Still one out. Here's the pitch from Brown. Just low.
Florentino got a start against the Baycats at Christie Pitts earlier this year, so they've had a look at him already. Brown has pitched so well tonight.
1 run on 4 hits against the Toronto righty. 1-0, fouled away by McGarry-Doyle.
Yeah, sadly won't get the lead for him through 5 innings tonight. We'll see how long he stays in, but tailor-made double play situation here for the Leafs with Ross and Mara.
Don't imagine this is a steal situation here for Francisco Hernandez, considering coming off a hamstring injury earlier this year. Here's the 1-1, and it's fouled away again by McGarry-Doyle. Hernandez was on the run on contact.
Hernandez has 3 steal attempts. He's swiped them all.
Took the words right out of my mouth. McGarry-Doyle pops it up. Playable on the infield. Looks like it's Ryan Dos Santos making the call, and he drops it. Scrambling to get a throw off to second. Hernandez thrown out there. So will go down as a fielder's choice. Tough luck there for the Baycats. That one falling out right out of the glove of Ryan Dos Santos.
Well, not catastrophic in that situation, almost fortunate. The runner at first base. Basically, it's just a matter of who's on the bases. It's Noel McGarry-Doyle instead of Francisco Hernandez, so they probably lose in that trade-off. Toronto does.
Dos Santos seemed to have a beat on it right off the bat. This is one calling off the rest of the infield right away.
Recovered quickly, though, and made a good throw.
McGarry-Doyle goes. The throw is hit in the right field. That's a base hit for Brandon Hernandez. McGarry-Doyle stopping at third. The hit and run. The throw is into home plate. Hernandez takes second. Odd decision there from center fielder Benjamin Sidorenios that gives an extra 90 feet to Brandon Hernandez.
Yeah, I don't know why he wasn't trying to hit the cutoff man there. That is certainly bizarre, unless he thought McGarry-Doyle was going to be waved in, but
left fielder, number
Would have been an odd decision from Andrew White to wave in McGarry Doyle on a single to right center field. But perfectly executed hit and run for the Baycats, and they'll bring up Tristan Clark.
And McGarry Doyle was also fortunate that ball didn't hit him. We've seen that happen this year. Can't remember who it was, but we had a base runner hit with a batted ball, I'm pretty sure.
That was Saturday against the Kitchener Panthers. I believe it was A.J. Carosis. 2 out, Clark flies it out to right field. It won't leave the yard. Dennis Day Banning in foul territory, makes the catch and ends an accelerated Baycats threat, but they do plate one. This game tied at 1 going into the 6th inning right here on Baycats TV.
The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Top 6 at Athletic Kulture Stadium. We now have a 1-1 game. Barrie plating 1 in the bottom half of the 5th inning. An RBI single by Francisco Hernandez. Toronto scoring on a throwing error by Brandon Hernandez in the 1st inning. Now Mike Chiquetto will come up against Frank Garces here in the 6th. First pitch from Garces is up and away. Garces traditionally, and not just tonight, has been doing a great job of getting ahead in counts early. Chiquetto pops it foul, right side out of play.
Very entertaining ball game here tonight for the fans that have stuck around for it. This game is going to end a lot later than our normal Baycats home games. We were delayed an hour due to heavy rain in the area. So you might end up missing your late local news tonight. We apologize for that, but this game moving along at a pretty good pace.
1-1 to Chiquetto just outside. The former Baycat seeing that one just miss on the outside part of the plate.
Not the first time Chiquetto's been a late season addition to a roster prior to the playoffs.
We came over to the Leafs last year from Guelph and tore it up late in the second half of the season for Toronto and actually played really well in the playoffs as well. Hit a home run here.
Well, that's what Rob Butler was saying. These veterans, they know when to dial it up.
Chiquetto goes around. That's strikeout number 10 for Frank Garces, brought to you by IMP North.
And maybe his fastest fastball of the night as Garces really unloaded there. Chiquetto just couldn't make contact. Had them all twisted up on that one.
Well, here's Spencer Ross. 2 for 2 already tonight. A couple singles off of Frank Garces. First pitch to him is just low.
Baycats bullpen quiet, and certainly Josh Matlow wants to get as much out of Frank Garces tonight as he can, heading into another 3-3 weekend. Definitely want to save those bullpen arms as much as possible. Braden Pakala worked on Tuesday night in Guelph.
(2-0) here to Ross. It's up high again. Tight strike zone here on Ross, just 5-7. Had an on-base percentage last year of .452. A .310 average, was second team All-IBL with Kitchener last year. That one gets in there for strike one.
Pretty good hitter for the number 7 spot in your lineup. 2 for 2 tonight.
Goes to the University of Toronto as an OUA champion in the fall. Here's a 3-1. Swung on and missed. Count full. Ross taking his time getting back into the batter's box. Fans getting behind Frank Garces, looking to match. 11 strikeouts, but just misses inside. Ross takes the free 90 feet.
Well, that was a great at-bat by Spencer Ross. He laid off that 3-2 pitch. Keeps this Toronto threat going here with one out now.
It's reached all 3 times he's been up, and the Leafs have had base runners on every inning against Garces, even going into the 6th. 7 hits, 2 walks. This is Benjamin Sidorenios. Sees a first pitch strike.
The thing with Garces, he pitches as well with runners on as he does with the bases empty behind him. And, of course, with that high strikeout total, oftentimes just goes after the hitter at the plate.
0-1. Catches the zone again.
Not paying a lot of attention to Spencer Ross over at first here. This 1-1 tie.
Frank Garces, opponent's average coming into tonight, .297 with runners on base. 22 for 74 this year. The 0-2, foul back. Sidorenios stays alive. Looked like it was just off the end of the bat. .02, the leadoff first from Ross. That one's driven out foul, right side, out of play, over near the stadium bar.
Yeah, very close to the light standard down that right field line.
So I mentioned .273, the opponent's average with runners on for Frank Garces. .213 overall this year. Another 0-2 coming. Here it is. That one's flown out, same spot, and it's out of play again. Another spoil by Benjamin Sidorenios.
And a good percentage of foul balls for these youngsters chasing them down the lines tonight. Picked a good game to come to if you're looking for a souvenir baseball.
Sticking their way out through the delay is paying off, it looks like. 0-2, 1 out. Ross at first. Garces the pitch, just outside. Brave take from Sidorenios.
It's a little strange when I arrived at the park tonight because there was a mass exodus of cars leaving the Barrie Community Sports Complex, and those were families of kids who had other games on fields at this facility that were canceled while we were hunkering down to wait to see what would happen here.
There's also a beach volleyball tournament next door.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
1-2. Poked out to center field. McGarry Doyle has a long way to come in, but he settles under it nicely and makes the catch for out number 2.
I guess beach volleyball in the rain doesn't really work very well, does it?
No, absolutely not.
Not ideal conditions. Mud volleyball is basically what that turns into. Have you ever played mud volleyball?
No, I haven't.
I've seen it.
Played a lot of volleyball growing up.
I'm not sure I'd try it.
So this is the number 9 hitter, Luca Boscarino. First pitch, flown out to the right side, out of play. Same spot as the last couple fouled off pitches from Sidorenios.
If I was a youngster, I would just stand right over there near that Barrie bullpen. That's where all the foul balls are going this inning.
These right-handed hitters are fouling off a lot of pitches. They're late on some of these fastballs from Garces. Ross leads at first, doesn't go. 0-1 is just high.
You see it often within the same at-bat. You see 2 foul balls or even more in the same at-bat fouled off to almost the exact same location.
Really wouldn't expect it, but it happens more often than you think.
A lot of it has to do with the hitter's timing. And
1-1. Just misses.
the fans trying to will that strike out of home plate umpire Francisco DiBiase. He didn't bite, though. That pitch was inside.
Doesn't look like Ross will get a jump with the lefty Garces on, but a little bit of a bigger lead here. Doesn't go. The 2-1 is driven out to center field again. McGarry Doyle doesn't have to move much. Settles under it, makes the catch. Back-to-back putouts to end this top of the 6th inning. We're still tied at 1 going into the bottom half of the 6th. Athletic Kulture Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. Highview Contracting Group in Barrie and Simcoe County, offering award-winning hardscape, interlocking, pools, excavation, and more. Call 705-985-7669 or highviewcontracting.ca.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning at Athletic Kulture Stadium. It's brought to you by Moving.ca. Two small men with big hearts moving. Your original Canadian two-men movers. When you think two men, think with big hearts, your Canadian choice.
Julius Hern, Ben Davy, our entire Baycats TV crew with you. In a tie ball game, 1-1 between the Maple Leafs and Baycats. Nolan Macabrota to lead it off for Barrie. Against Matt Brown out for inning number 6. This is for sure his longest appearance of the year. Previous high this year was 4 innings against Barrie earlier this month. He's got 5 strikeouts to show for it, but you got to imagine maybe a bit of a shorter leash here. We saw Luis Florentino warming up earlier. First pitch to Macabrota is fouled away.
Florentino, an arm that can definitely log you a lot of innings too in middle relief. So
it was thought that Florentino was going to be the starter for the Maple Leafs tonight, but instead they're going with another righty and Matt Brown.
Well, Brown has certainly delivered.
0-1. Another whiff from Macabrota.
Macabrota 0 for 2 in the All-Star game. Got a chance to be in that home run derby, though, which I'm sure was a thrill. And even just being on the field with the best players in the IBL for still a relatively young player like him. Definitely had to be an unforgettable experience, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And talking to him previous to the game, he was dead set on more so being excited for the home run derby than the All-Star game. He was set on wanting to win that, and unfortunately lost in the first round. Another one in on Matt Cabrota, who was hit by a pitch in the first.
The way they arrange all of the festivities pregame and everything, really, the players were really impressed. Tristan Clark said the same thing. He's like, I didn't really know what to expect my first IBL All-Star game, but said everything was just top-notch, start to finish.
Hard hit on the ground. Spencer Ross, a nice stab, and he makes the throw on to first to complete the out. And having been there in person in Hamilton, they did a really nice job, the entire day. And I don't want to throw shade at Well in the previous year because it was a fantastic time there as well, but you could tell those are two of the best cities in the IBL to have an event like that.
Seems to keep getting better every year.
Absolutely.
Right down to the uniforms, too.
I'm still not sure which ones I like more.
So the North had kind of reminded me of the Detroit Tigers alternate not throwback, but City Connect.
Yes.
Kind of that blue, two-tone blue. It almost looked like the Motor City sort of tire tread.
Yeah, these ones are like a smoky black.
Yeah.
With the Hamilton.
But they look kind of bluish too. And then the South they looked a lot like the Hamilton Cardinals uniforms.
But I mean, I'm not sure if I like the 2024 uniforms or the 2025 uniforms more.
I can't remember the ones from 2024 to be honest, but
they're a bit more blue and teal and green. I think I still like the 2024 uniforms better.
Remember one year the Major League Baseball All-Star Games, only a couple years ago, they had tan, sand-colored uniforms or something, and they just didn't look very good at all. I think one was tan and red and one was tan and teal or something.
Yeah. Willie Garcia, 1-1 count. Pitch from Brown is in. It's off the inside of the bat of Garcia, 1-2. Baycats tied the game last inning. Clayton Keys coming in on a RBI single from Francisco Hernandez after leading the inning off with a double. 1-2 to Garcia, wave and a miss. That pitch pretty far out of the zone. Another strikeout for Matt Brown, that's number 6.
Yeah, Brown knew exactly what he was doing with that, and Garcia just flailing away.
Number 28, Noah Howell.
Baycats have only gone 3 up, 3 down once tonight, and they're an out away from repeating that here in the 6th.
Noah Hull's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Takes the first pitch strike. He's been very difficult to take out of the lineup. Having a really nice season. He's already have 5 home runs.
Well, his defensive versatility has definitely been an asset. That has improved over a year ago, being able to put him in different spots in the lineup as needed. Played a lot of third base this season, but he's been busy at other positions as well. First, a little bit of outfield as well. More so last year, but that willingness to play anywhere definitely is useful.
1-1 is outside. Hull hit .306 last year and was above that for quite a bit this year. But now hitting .278 after a couple 0 for games. But put up 5 home runs in 14 games, 14 RBI, pardon me, same amount of games, 24 as last year. That one's up and away.
His is a bat that you really want to keep in the lineup any way possible.
Same amount of hits and the same amount of games as last year. 22 hits in 24 games, 2024 and 25. Looking for a 2-out knock here. It's a 3-1 from Matt Brown. Breaking ball just misses. Looked like Hull thought that was going to be called a strike, but he ends up getting a 2-out walk.
Yeah, he thought he was about to get rung up. And I think catcher John Javier might have said under his breath to the home plate umpire, "What's up with that?" call went Hall's way, and the inning will continue.
Second walk issued by Matt Brown, and here comes Rob Butler.
Well, we'll see if he makes the pitching change here.
It looks like Florentino's ready, still in the bullpen throwing a little bit. But this might just be more of a check-in mound visit here from the Toronto manager. First mound visit from either team.
Fans applauding the mound visit from Rob Butler. I don't quite understand that.
There's quite a few Toronto fans down that left side.
Well, they are Toronto fans. Have you ever heard fans applaud a mound visit?
I haven't.
They'll applaud the pitcher coming out of the game. And that clearly was not a pitching change mound visit, so what are they cheering? Good job delaying the game? Is that what they're cheering?
Might just be saying, hey, good mound visit.
Or maybe they just really love Rob Butler. Blue Jays fans from the mid-90s.
Clayton Keys steps in. Noah Hall with the lead at first. Breaking ball is low.
Next time Rob Butler comes out, we'll have to see if they do it again. Something up with that.
It's got to be something some kind of inside. Something that we don't know. There's a 1-0. Keys sees a strike.
Oftentimes you see after a mound visit like that, the man on the mound is able to kind of regain focus and find that little extra bit that he needs to get that third out and get out of the inning. That's what Rob Butler's hoping here.
Matt Brown needs an out here. That one's flared down the right side out of play off the bat of Keys. 1-2 now.
Well, perfect situation for Brown. Now a strike away from getting Keys and getting his teammates off the field in this 1-1 tie. Getting into these late innings now, every out is so important, especially in a low-scoring tie game like this.
Trying to get out of inning number 6. Here's the 1-2. It's away. It gets past Javier to the backstop. Noah Hall takes second. That's a big 90 feet.
Yeah, Brown frustrated there, just shaking his head a little bit. That just slipped and not what he was trying to do. I'm sure he was trying to attack the strike zone there and finish off Keys. Just uncorked a wild one. Now we'll see if the Baycats can make him pay.
Two now on Keys. Tyler Plumpton on deck. Noah Hull at second base with 2 out. Javier sets the target. Here's the windup from Brown. Swung on and missed. What a strikeout there from Matt Brown. A big one to end this 6th inning and get out of a jam, keeping this game tied at 1. We head to the 7th inning. Ben Davy back on the mic to call the rest of this one for you on Baycats TV.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats!
What if a thrift store could change lives? Barrie Families Unite is making it happen. Essential needs support for those families in our community who need it most. Charity gives. Dignity empowers.
To the 7th inning here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. We got a dandy between the Maple Leafs and the Baycats. It's a 1-1 tie. Frank Garces back out for his 7th inning of work. We welcome viewers who may have been enjoying Hamilton-Welland earlier tonight. That game is a final. The Cardinals upsetting the Jackfish by a score of 3-1 at Welland Stadium tonight. So that could be pivotal in the standings if the Baycats can come out with a win. I know a lot of fans like to surf those YouTube channels, catch as much IBL action as they can.
They have multiple tabs open. Why not?
Yeah. I know Neil Srivastava does that on a nightly basis.
If you're like him and you have multiple monitors,
got 4 screens going at once most nights and cutting up the highlights for the social media channel. Frank Garces up 0-2 on Ryan Dos Santos. Lefty-lefty matchup. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for IMP North. Number 11 for Frank Garces.
First time Ryan Dos Santos has been retired today. That's a big strikeout and also the fourth time that Dos Santos has led off an inning.
Got to be coming close to his single game high for the season. Dan Mara now for the Leafs.
That ties a single game high this year. 11 strikeouts. He's done it twice already this year. One of them was against the Leafs here in relief.
Well, we'll see if he can surpass that here in this ball game. Quickly 0-2 on Dan Mara. Delivers. Up high, 1-2.
If Garces can get through 7, it would be the 8th time this year he's had to start 7 innings or longer.
He's had a really good understanding of Francesco DiBiase's strike zone tonight. I think that has helped. Plumpton sets up inside here. 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. 12 for Garces is brought to you by IMP North. 2 away.
IMP North getting their money's worth tonight.
And then some.
Well, Garces, his career high is 15. Did that against the Brantford Red Sox.
John Javier, a little bit of everything tonight. Reached on an error, struck out swinging, and singled. Plumpton sets up away now. Pitch from Garces. Finds the corner for a strike.
Just the way he's able to get ahead of hitters early. That first pitch strike is the key to his success. And he does it so well.
This looks like a first inning for Garces rather than a 7th. Fouled away, strike 2.
Well, and still nobody throwing in the Baycats bullpen, so could be longer than 7.
He's been ahead, 0-2. All at bats of this inning. Chance to finish off John Javier here. Garces looks in. Plumpton the sign. Time is called. Could almost sense that coming from Javier.
Well, Javier struck out in the 3rd inning against Garces.
The crowd unfazed by the interruption. With the applause again. 0-2 pitch on the ground to short. Hernandez scoops it up. Momentary bobble, but he recovers and makes the throw in time for the out. Leafs go 3 up, 3 down in the 7th. It is stretch time here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. Tied at 1 between the Leafs and the Baycats.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Seventh inning of play is brought to you by Sleeman Beer. Real ones know.
Nice job by Avery and Sandy Joy getting this crowd worked up with the traditional heave away. Seventh inning stretch favorite. These fans here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. Got to tell you, the 22U games, Jericho Morris-Johns really getting into the heave away, leading the fans with a very impressive dance in front of the dugout.
I love his energy all the time.
I got a sense that he's just willing to step right into that role. You know, any game that Avery maybe can't make it, and we need a little bit of help. Tyler Plumpton, bottom of the seventh inning. 0 for 2 tonight. And he will face Toronto's second pitcher of the night, Luis Florentino.
Florentino, 9th appearance of the year, 5th in relief, a 3.95 ERA on the year. Coming off of his first loss in his IBL career his last time out.
Plumpton showing bunt, pulls it back, pitches upstairs, ball 1.
Pitched earlier this year against Barrie at Christie Pitts, got the start in a 17-7 loss. He allowed 6 unearned runs in 4 innings.
Yeah, that was an error-plagued start to that game, if I recall correctly.
A couple drops in the outfield really set them back.
Very long game, too. I remember I was worried I'd get the last subway home. 1 ball, 1 strike. Plumpton's ready. Florentino deals. High fly ball, left field. And it's back near the track, but reaching up and making the catch is Luca Boscarino, 1 away.
Well, you don't see that very often off the pad of Tyler Plumpton. That ball just kept carrying and carrying. Haven't seen him hit a home run yet in his IBL career, and still waiting for it.
Went a lot deeper than I thought off the bat. Not a lot of wind. It is blowing in just slightly right now and from right to left. But boy, it was windy prior to the storm we had earlier this evening. Some of the strongest winds I've seen in a long time here in Barrie. That settled down quickly once the storm passed. Francisco Hernandez.
Responsible for the 1 run Barrie's put up on the board so far, an RBI single in the 5th.
And that one hit him on the left arm. Checks with the umpire. The umpire says no, it hit his bat. Hernandez, well, he's walking to first anyways. Is he going to win the argument?
I think also there might be a discussion of whether he leaned into it too, because he was about to set up for his swing. It catches his arm.
Not sound like the ball hit wood. So that's probably the discussion is, did he lean in? Great observation there. Francesco DiBiase, Ryan Hern, and Jared Merkley caucusing to make this crucial decision in this bottom of the 7th inning. This could be big. And quite a chat. Sounds like they're gonna
bring him
have
back.
him go back and continue the at-bat, and that'll be a strike, and Josh Matlow not happy.
You don't see Josh Matlow come out and argue something like this in this manner very often.
Wish we could get a second look at it. It didn't look obvious to me that he leaned in intentionally. If anything, you're trying to get out of the way, especially with a forearm.
So they're going to put a strike on the board against Hernandez. It's now 1-1. But he's got to get his gear back on.
So it's a 1-1 count. Hernandez taking his time, being very deliberate, putting his equipment on here. He's in no hurry at all.
He's lucky there's no pitch clock.
Yeah, I mean, that's this is something you couldn't do in the big leagues. I've never seen a player put his equipment on so slowly. Florentino will take advantage of it and take a warm-up toss. Francisco Hernandez determined to keep us all here as late as possible today. Even taking the long circle to the batter's box, takes a couple of swings.
Well, Florentino had a couple warm-up pitches, but Hernandez trying to take him out of whatever rhythm he started his outing with.
I mean, if he was hit by the pitch, I guess he could argue that he's just trying to recover and shake off the bruise. Takes a good cut there, but it got underneath it, and he fouls it up. Count now 1-2. Luis Florentino, the tall right-hander. Kicks and delivers. Checking his swing is Hernandez. Did he go? They appeal to first. Still waiting for the call.
Yeah, I think he signaled no swing. It was very early.
The catcher is still looking down to first. Yeah, if he put the palms down, he did it very quickly because it was quicker than even I saw. 2-2 the count here. John Javier trying to get that call out of the first base umpire, Ryan Hern. And now Hernandez will step out. Guess he hasn't used his timeout yet.
Rob Butler having some words for Jared Merkley and Francesco DiBiase from the dugout.
So both managers frustrated about something in this at bat. Josh Matlow upset that he wasn't hit by the pitch, and now Rob Butler upset on that appeal call to first base. Ryan Hern is going to jog in. Now here's something you don't see very often. He's giving Jared Merkley an earful.
Merkley waves him off.
So Butler has said what he has to say and will remain in this game. The umpire is being very patient.
He was tossed by Merkley very early on in this argument.
Okay, I missed that. So he's gone. And he'll exit the field.
Merkley's signal to eject him was very nonchalant.
Every once in a while you see an umpire just sort of do that, and it's like, get out of here.
It was kind of like a backhanded wave.
Well, I did see that gesture. It just didn't look like an ejection gesture. Back to the at-bat, 2-2. Let's play some baseball here. Here's the pitch. Pop up, and will it stay in play? Javier can't make that catch. Made a great effort. That ball just seemed to move around on him a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of overran his spot initially, got spun around right away as he threw the mask off.
I thought that might come over the screen. I'm not sure if it sort of blew back a bit, but
it didn't have enough backspin on it as we thought it would.
Well, the spin or lack of spin definitely fooled Javier. 2-2 count. Let's see what Hernandez can do here. The number 9 hitter. Bat held high. Florentino with a glove high. Kicks, deals. Called strike 3. Big strikeout for Luis Florentino. Oh, that at bat did not go how Hernandez wanted.
It looked like Hernandez wanted to argue, but decided to keep his mouth shut. And after seeing Rob Butler get ejected, you know that being tossed isn't out of I have the picture.
Well, the Leafs thought they struck him out earlier in the at-bat, and the Baycats thought he should have been at first base, hit by a pitch. First pitch foul off the bat of Noel McGarry-Doyle.
We were saying early on when Florentino came into this game and how well he works quickly. His pace is very nice, but it seems like the game is not giving him the opportunity to work his pace.
Especially that last at-bat. Baycats and Maple Leafs tied 1-1 in what's shaping up to be a classic here at Athletic Kulture Stadium, a game that was delayed by an hour, resulting in a thinner than usual crowd on this Thursday night, but the fans that have held on have been treated to a great ball game. Pitch low and in. Good take by McGarry-Doyle. 2 balls and a strike. Luis Florentino on a relief of starter Matt Brown, who will not get a decision tonight. Here's the pitch. And it's a little flare to left field. It drops for a base hit. Over to pick it up is Boscarino. Wide turn by McGarry-Doyle. He wisely heads back to first. So a 2-out single will keep the inning alive.
Great piece of hitting there from McGarry-Doyle. Got 11 off the bat and just kept slicing toward that left field line. No shot for Boscarino, but he gets it into the infield very quickly, holding McGarry-Doyle to just a single.
Brandon Hernandez, a single, a fielder's choice, and a flyout tonight. The shortstop with those pant legs high, just under the knees, drives this one over the shortstop in a left field. McGarry-Doyle stops at second. 2 on for the Baycats in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Lefty's getting a lot of those back-to-back pitches into left field. Off of Florentino, hard hit from both McGarry-Doyle and Hernandez.
Tristan Clark now with 2 outs. Baycats have not led in this ball game. Trailed 1-0 until the bottom of the 5th. We're able to scratch out a run off Matt Brown. And we've been tied at 1 since. First pitch is fouled off to the right.
There is action in the Baycats bullpen. I believe it's Jonathan Warden.
Well, a high pressure situation for him should he enter this game. 1-1 tie here. Bottom of the 7th. Runners lead. Pitch to Clark, and he fouls it off to the right.
There he is. Jonathan Warden came in relief of Garces in Brantford 2 weeks ago.
No balls, 2 strikes. Florentino. 2 on for the Baycats. McGarry-Doyle at second. Brandon Hernandez at first. Here's the pitch. Bounces up to the plate. Goes back to the screen, and the runners advance. So now a base hit can drive in 2.
That's going to go down as a wild pitch on Florentino, but it looks like it went off the foot of Javier. That's why you saw such a high hop off the screen. And with a guy like Tristan Clark at the plate, he hits so well with runners in scoring position. That's a very costly pitch.
Could be the at-bat of the game right here. If Clark can put the ball in play, it's a 1-2 count. Florentino delivers. And just staying alive is Clark. Got a piece.
You see Florentino dialed up the high heat on that fastball. Former Oakland A's prospect.
One ball, 2 strikes. Javier sets the target up away. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled off to the right. That finds the trees. Count holds 1-2. So many balls in the trees tonight, I think it's bringing the mosquitoes out.
Notice the shift that the outfield has against Tristan Clark. Dennis Debanning and center fielder Benjamin Sidorenios, a large gap in right center field.
He's fouled a couple off to the right side. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Clutch pitching by Luis Florentino. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and none bigger than that one as he gets Tristan Clark to end the 7th. To the 8th we go at a 1-1 tie between the Leafs and Baycats. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run. The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Baycats Leafs tied at 1, top of the 8th inning. A new pitcher for Barrie, on in relief of Frank Garces, Jonathan Warden.
Jonathan Warden, his 5th appearance of the year, has been hit a couple times, last couple times out. A 9.35 ERA and 8 2/3 innings so far this year. He's allowed 9 earned runs in that span on 11 hits, 13 strikeouts to 10 walks. Second time he's come on in relief of Garces.
So if he can pitch an inning and a third tonight, that will qualify him for the postseason. Needs 10 innings. He has 8 2/3 coming in, and this is his 5th appearance.
Players 22 and younger already qualify for the playoffs. So he would already have been in.
Well, that's a good point to know. Thank you for pointing that out. Swing and a miss.
But he likely will be gone at school, recently committed to USC Lancaster.
Dennis Debanning calls time.
Debanning struck out 3 times against Frank Garces, so you got to imagine he's happy to see a new arm and a righty in that on the mound now.
The appeal at first, he wins. The emphatic call by Ryan Hern at first. Strikeout for IMP North.
You can tell he didn't like that call. 4th time going down on strikes, and from even our vantage point behind the plate, it looked like he went around as well.
All 4 swinging on the 3rd strike by my scorecard. A tough night at the plate for Dennis Debanning. Here's Justin Mara, the veteran. So the IBL rule to qualify for postseason, with the exception of the 22 U's, as you just informed us, 10 innings pitched and 5 appearances, both of those for pitchers. For position players, 24 plate appearances. Fouled off to the left. Well out of play.
I think it's 8 games played as well for position players.
8 games and 24 plate appearances.
So, for example, Ryan Rio, who hasn't been playing since early June, luckily enough, has already played in 8 games, so he would qualify for the playoffs should Barrie advance far enough to where he's healthy enough to start games again.
1-1 to Justin Mara. Mara 0 for 3 as well. Four, 5, 6, the middle of this Toronto order, a combined 0 for 10. Banning, Mara, and Chiquetto. It's been the top and the bottom getting on base tonight.
And now with 6 strikeouts between them.
On the ground to second. Hernandez backhands it, plants, throws in time. 2 outs here for Jonathan Warden.
Francisco Hernandez made that backhand play look so easy. It was almost certainly going to be a tough play for him, especially on the fly like that, but he makes it look so easy.
Mike Chiquetto, the power-hitting DH, trying to get something going for the Leafs here on the top of the 8th inning. Fastball by Warden, it's a called strike. Down the line and foul.
That would have been extra bases for sure, had just been inches to the right. Seen a couple of close calls down that third base line near Noah Hall tonight.
Very close to that third base bag. You're right, extra bases for sure.
Chiquetto played 32 games with Barrie across the seasons of 2021 and 22, hit .214 with 13 RBI.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Chiquetto steps out.
Time called there by Leafs now third base coach. One of the players taking the role of Rod Butler after he was ejected.
Chiquetto is ready. Warden wastes no time with the 0-2 pitch on the way. Looked pretty good, just missed. Good take by Chiquetto, 1-2. One-two pitch from Jonathan Warden. Bounces up to the plate. 2-2 the count. Warden, the pitcher of record right now for the Baycats, does not have a decision either way in his 4 appearances. Winds and deals. Missed outside, 3-2.
Yeah, that breaking ball just getting away with him a little bit. You can tell he was a little bit taken out of rhythm there on his follow-through.
A big stage for the rookie here in a 1-1 tie. 8th inning. Pitch on the way. Called strike 3! Jonathan Warden with a big strikeout. 2 in the inning. It's brought to you by IMP North. And the Baycats will take a 1-1 tie into the bottom of the 8th. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game, hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Barrie Baycats Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game.
Highview Contracting Group in Barrie and Simcoe County, offering award-winning hardscape, interlocking, pools, excavation, and more. Call 705-985-7669 or highviewcontracting.ca.
What if a thrift store could change lives? Barrie Families Unite is making it happen. Essential needs support for those families in our community who need it most. Charity gives. Dignity empowers.
Eighth inning of play is brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
You mentioned to me before the game something that I might not have otherwise noticed, but all Canadian songs between innings here at the ballpark tonight, which I really like, with the exception of the players' walk-up tunes, of course. But
that was something myself and media director Sam Aucoin thought of. I think of military night, the most fitting time to do an all CanCon music lineup.
Yeah. Had a little Neil Young, a little Gordon Lightfoot, a couple songs I didn't even recognize. And yeah, nice to give some exposure to Canadian artists tonight. Baycats and Maple Leafs locked in a dandy here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. If you're wondering why this game is still on TV, we're not on tape delay tonight. This is live. We were delayed by an hour because of the storm system. Came across Barrie and Simcoe County, and it rained hard for well over an hour.
Yeah, first pitch was 8:41 p.m. We're about 2.5 hours into this game.
Yeah, we were delayed by an hour, but it really started raining about a half hour, 45 minutes before the game. So we got almost 2 hours of rain. Swing and a miss. Nolan Macabrota is the first out of the eighth.
Macabrota 0 for again. A couple times he's been 0 for in the last week. Very unlike him. He was on a 15-game hitting streak seemingly not too long ago, with Florentino blowing a few fastballs by him.
And when Macabrota is hot, he doesn't miss. He's in a little bit of a funk here, at least tonight. Willie Garcia 1 for 3 with a double. Baycats looking for a hero here tonight. Bottom of the eighth inning. Kind of leans back, but that pitch was well over the plate. Strike one.
Well, Garcia tends to swing and miss a lot low and away. You're going to wonder if Florentino's going to attack that part.
Yeah, he chased a pitch by Brown that was well off the plate, and Garcia just sort of lunged at it.
And that's been a common occurrence for him this year. When he does go down on strikes, that's usually the culprit.
Seems like the book is out. 1-1. Fouls it away.
That was his pitch right there. He put a great swing on it. Would have been a home run cut, but a little bit inside part of the bat.
You don't often get more than one or two of those in an at-bat.
Especially in this league. Pitchers are too smart in this league to serve up a fastball like that, especially to a guy that used to play in the major leagues.
Florentino and Garcia. 1 out, bottom of the eighth. There's the pitch. Florentino wastes one, and Garcia holds off.
Well, Garcia saw that one right out of the hand, even though it was low and away, a little bit wild out of the hand of Florentino. Expect another breaking ball here.
Here's the pitch. Down the line, fair ball! Into right field, and it's a single for Garcia with 1 out in the eighth.
Great piece of hitting there for Willie Garcia. They're going to get a pinch run, or Antonino Spencer Thompson out there to pinch run.
Spencer Thompson pinch running for Garcia. Here's Noah Hull, 1 on, 1 out in the eighth inning.
Spencer Thompson has made his IBL debut on Tuesday in Guelph, got his first IBL hit, and he is quite the speedster. If you've seen him in any of the 22U games with the Baycats affiliate team, he's the guy that he's able to make runs happen with his speed on the bases. They saw that in the provincial elimination tournament last weekend.
Also goes by Nino Spencer Thompson, yep. And had a chance to see him in the 22U game here a couple weekends ago.
Originally wasn't on the Baycats call-up list because you're only allowed 12 call-ups, Josh Matlow was telling me, but he was signed on Monday and given the opportunity to pinch hit.
Oh, 1 count to Noah Hull. Hull today 0 for 2 with a walk. Big at bat here with 1 out in the eighth. Spencer Thompson with the lead at first. Time is called. A run, 7 hits for the Leafs. 1 run, 8 hits for Barrie. Hull digs in. Florentino. A glance over to first. Comes set, kicks and deals. High and outside. Count 2-1. Clayton Keys on the on-deck circle for the Baycats. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hull with a big rip. 1-2.
Yeah, you can see Hull saw that fastball out of the hand of Florentino, just couldn't quite catch up to it. Walked his last time up against Matt Brown.
Only 4 pitchers have been used in this game, 2 on each side. Florentino in relief of Matt Brown. 1-2 the count. Runner goes, and it's fouled away.
Would have been an easy 90 feet stolen there for Spencer Thompson. You can see just that fantastic jump he got, even without a strong lead off Florentino.
He had a great jump, and Hull protecting the plate, put it out of play. 1-2 the count. Let's see if he goes again. One ball, 2 strikes. Florentino with a runner in motion. Here's the throw down, and he's in safely.
The ball got away from Spencer Ross a little bit, but Spencer Thompson beating the throw nonetheless, and that was another brave take there from Noah Hull. Just missed outside out of the hand of Florentino.
So it's a 2-2 count to Noah Hull now. First IBL stolen base for Nino Spencer Thompson. He's in scoring position, 2-2. Here's the pitch. On the ground to first, and that'll be an easy play. For the 3rd out of the inning. And that'll move the runner up to 3rd. 2 outs in the inning now.
Productive at bat still there for Noah Hull. He hit it to the pull side and on the ground to Justin Mara, and Spencer Thompson an easy 90 feet again for him, taking advantage of the ground ball.
Clayton Keys will bat with 2 out, runner at 3rd. Keys tonight 1 for 2, swings and misses at the first pitch.
Walked and doubled. When he doubled in the 5th inning, ended up coming around to score. It's a hard hit ball to straightaway center field. Nearly got out of the ballpark.
Florentino's pitch up high. Warm summer night here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. Florentino kicks and deals. On the ground, foul.
Hard slider from Florentino there. Keys somehow caught up to it.
And he is an out away or a strike away now from getting out of this inning. Runner at 3rd is Nino Spencer Thompson. Came on as a pinch runner for Willie Garcia. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Florentino gets the Leafs out of a jam. We are still tied at 1 as we go to the 9th inning here at Athletic Kulture Stadium.
For the Baycats in the 8th, no runs.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer!
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers and go Baycats!
Top of the ninth inning, Maple Leafs Baycats tied at 1. Carlos Sano will be Barrie's third pitcher of the night.
Another high leverage outing for all-star closer for the Baycats. He's been lights out this year, 15th appearance now, with a 1.29 ERA and a 4-0 record through 21 innings.
32-year-old native of San Cristobal, Dominican Republic. Frank Garces, who started this game, also hails from 3 years his senior. And Sano will face the bottom third of the order here. Spencer Ross to lead it off. Here's the pitch. First pitch strike.
Sano has only allowed 3 earned runs this year through 21 innings. It's been very impressive all year long, especially at home.
Here's the pitch. Called strike. Quickly 0-2 here on Ross. Here comes the crowd behind Carlos Sano. 0-2 count to Ross. Reached base all 3 times tonight. Waits for the pitch. Here it comes. It's outside. 1-2.
Spencer Ross has reached all 3 times he's been up today. A couple singles and a walk off of Frank Garces.
Sano to Ross. Outside and low. Count even now, 2-2.
Well, it goes to show how patient of a hitter Spencer Ross is. I mentioned his high on base percentage last year, above 450.
4 pitches, 4 takes in this at bat. See if he swings here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Here's the pitch from Sano. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Brought to you by IMP North. 1 out in the 9th. Here comes Benjamin Citarenios.
Mentioned Carlos Sano was selected to the All-Star game on Sunday. Actually pitched an inning pretty early on in that game. But what got to me was on the way to the game, Carlos Sano usually a guy that doesn't talk at all, let alone, speaks, Spanish or English. But he was actually, speaking to us in English. So he was having fun that day.
Really a great experience for all of these players and a chance to get to know other guys from around the IBL in a very casual setting. And get to share a dugout with some players that you wouldn't normally get a chance to get up close to throughout the season. 1-0 pitch. That's strike, 1-1. This game now approaching the 3-hour mark. We started an hour late.
See Noah Hull playing in again, lip of the turf.
Fly ball, right field. Keys back, now in, makes the catch. 2 down. This is my 11th season of calling Barrie Baycats baseball, and in my 2 tenures here with the team, and something that I have never done in my entire broadcasting career of baseball is call play-by-play after 12 midnight.
Oh, wow.
And tonight might be the night. We're 34 minutes away, and we're facing extra innings here, partner.
Did you ever do any hockey that was after 12?
One game. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Ball lifted to the right side. Might have to wait for the next inning. Catch is made by Macabrota, and that'll do it. So how about that? Let's see how this one ends tonight. Bottom of the ninth inning we go. 1-1, Toronto and Barrie. Here on Rogers TV and Baycats TV on YouTube.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers and go Baycats!
Ninth inning of play is brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
Tyler Plumpton can send these fans home happy with one swing of the bat. We're in a 1-1 tie, bottom of the ninth inning. Plumpton, Francisco Hernandez, and Noel McGarry-Doyle due up to face Toronto pitcher Adam Jaffine.
Adam Jaffine, one of just a few lefties on the staff for this Toronto Maple Leafs team, a former second-team All-IBL during his time with Brantford. But his first year with the Maple Leafs, 5.73 ERA in 7 appearances.
First pitch strike.
An 0-3 record also so far this year.
Big moment for him here. Plumpton tonight 0 for 3. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt. But quickly, you asked me if I've ever called a hockey game after midnight, and I have. It was a playoff game between the Mississauga St. Michael's Majors and the Barrie Colts. I want to say 2008, 2009 maybe. And the game ended on a goal by Devontae Smith-Pelly in triple overtime at 12:14 a.m. At the time, it was the fourth longest game in OHL playoff history.
Wow.
I don't know if it still is or not, but 12:14.
That's incredible.
A lot of yawns and tired eyes around the Molson Center, and it was a season-ending goal as well. Plumpton down the line, foul. So the Majors, the Mississauga St. Michael's Majors, as they were called at the time, advanced to, I think they advanced to round 2. I think it was a first-round exit for the Colts that year on that very late goal. A grumpy night for everybody at the Barrie Molson Center. High fly ball left field. No, it'll stay in the park. Looked good off the bat of Plumpton. He had another one that looked good off the bat earlier tonight. That's a long out right at Luca Boscarino.
Yeah, the one that he had in the 7th inning looked like he was carrying it further than we even expected. It got Boscarino out to near the warning track, if not on the warning track itself.
And that big goal, that Barrie Colts goal, Devontae Smith-Pelly went on to have an outstanding NHL career.
Stanley Cup champion with the Capitals, if I do remember correctly.
Here's the number 9 hitter, Francisco Hernandez, 1 out in the 9th. It is 11:30 on this Thursday night. Pitch is a strike. 1-1 to Hernandez.
You can tell there's a little bit of a learning curve here with seeing what Jaffine has out of his left hand, let alone the velocity difference between him and Florentino.
That pitch was framed by John Javier. He thought he'd get the call, and he didn't. 2-1 the count.
You can see these Baycats hitters are much more patient now. They're not trying to get out too ahead of these pitches.
Francisco Hernandez very frustrated in his previous plate appearance and at bat where he thought he was hit by the pitch. The umpire, it appeared, ruled that he leaned into it, and it was called a strike. The at bat ended in a strikeout. A very hotly contested at bat on both sides. Manager Rob Butler ejected for another pitch in that at bat. Swings and misses there, strike 3.
You can see it right there. Francisco Hernandez really far out in front of that pitch from Adam Jaffine. And that's the value that Jaffine brings out of the bullpen. You bring a fireball thrower like Luis Florentino out, you pair him up with Jaffine right after. That change of velocity is, very hard to pick up on.
Noel McGarry Doyle has 5 home runs this season. Last year, just 2. And he hits this one high and deep to right field. It'll stay up there. The catch is made in right by Dennis Day-Banning, and we have bonus baseball on this very late Thursday night at Athletic Kulture Stadium in Springwater. Toronto 1, Barrie 1. We go to the 10th on Rogers TV and Baycats TV YouTube.
Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Tenth inning, Athletic Kulture Stadium, 11:34 p.m. We are still here. Might have Baycat fans watching us from their bedroom at this point of the evening, having watched their late local news and now flipping over here and seeing that this game is still going. We are not on tape delay, folks. This is a live broadcast. On the ground. Picked up by Hernandez. Has time, makes the throw. Is it there? Yes! 1 out.
Ryan Dos Santos does not like that call from first base umpire Ryan Hern. Emphatically upset with that call, but it looked like from our vantage point he was thrown out.
I think he beat him by a whisker. Here comes Dan Mara.
That was perfectly played by Brandon Hernandez, though. He was lucky it was a slow roller. If that ball was hit any harder, it probably would have gotten by him. Possibly scored Boscarino from second. That was the 5th time that Dos Santos has let off an inning tonight.
Carlos Sano out for his second inning of work. Pitch outside. One ball, no strikes. Dan Mara has reached base once, 4 plate appearances. 2-0 the count. I'm sure right about this time we have viewers that are normally trying to find Jimmy Fallon or Stephen Colbert, and they're like, oh, let me just check in on the Baycats. What? They're still playing? We're competing with the late night hosts.
That's
now.
crazy.
That is crazy. 2-0, runner at second. Boscarino represents the go-ahead run. There's a called strike.
So Barrie 5-1 on extras this year. 4 of those wins here at home. Toronto 2-1. 1 of those wins here in Barrie.
So we've had 4 walk-offs here at home this year?
Yep.
Wow, I knew they had a few. 2 balls and a strike. Sano checks the runner. Kicks and delivers. Called strike, 2-2.
Yeah, the only extra innings lost for Barrie was the season opener against these Maple Leafs.
Toronto would love to repeat that piece of history. Another close score here tonight. They won that game 6-4. Here comes the crowd behind Carlos Sano. Two-two pitch. Outside, and the count is full.
If you pay any attention to Major League Baseball, a lot of closers don't have the kind of success that Carlos Sano has had this year when brought into a tie ball game. He has been fantastic in any situation, 4-0 this year.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Sano is ready. Payoff pitch on the way. Popped up, and it is foul. Likely to hit the roof. There it is. It rolls on the opposite side of the roof. Count holds 3-2. Just got a fun little text here from our friend Brad Gravison. He's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, watching the web stream. Brad's down there, I assume, with his son's team. He plays in a lot of tournaments, so. One closer watching another here. Carlos Sano. He's ready. 3-2. Inside, ball 4. A little high as well. Base runner for the Leafs, actually 2 now, including the runner at second.
Well, the way that Toronto's top of the order is structured, Dos Santos, Mara, Javier, DeBanning, there's no one to opportunity to pitch around anybody. Mara and Javier are both all-star starters. DeBanning possibly a snub in his own right, the way he's been hitting this year. But a double play now in order with 1 out. 1 ground ball could end this inning for Sano.
The table is set for John Javier. This could go either way. Sano looking for the ground ball. Here's the pitch. Foul back.
Big swing there from Javier.
This is a tough out here. And when you have that runner at second, it's not catastrophic to walk the next batter and just put somebody on. It sets the double play up. The runner at second is the one that matters most. But you got to face a tough out here. 1 out, 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Javier hitting .345 this year with runners in scoring position coming into tonight's game.
And one of the toughest outs in the league. Dennis DeBanning is on deck. Sano taking his time, and now time is called. And Javier wants a moment here.
You can sense the intensity here at the ballpark, the hush from the crowd that stuck around through the delay, into extra innings.
1-1. On the ground, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. These fans who have stuck around tonight deserve something free on their way out, I tell you. Even if it's an autograph from a player or something. Talk about commitment.
A lot of Toronto fans sticking around here, too.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere.
They came here for a reason and to see their Leafs win this one.
They'd love to celebrate a win on the trip down the 400 tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here come the Baycat fans now behind Carlos Sano. Here comes the pitch. Just staying alive, getting a piece, is John Javier.
Plumpton not able to hang on to that one. Seen a couple really big swings there from Javier. Line drive style cuts.
We have to be down to fewer than 100 fans here at this point, I would think. What do you think, 75 maybe?
Roughly.
I mean, it is quarter to midnight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sano deals. And the at-bat will continue. That one outside.
Plumpton did his best to try and frame that pitch on the outside part of the plate. Another nice take there from Javier, who's been ever so patient against Sano.
There's no pitch clock in the IBL, and Carlos Sano is taking full advantage of that. A long look in. Runner at second, Boscarino. Mara the runner at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Plumpton with the target. Sano waits, deals, and it's a high fly ball to right field, and the catch is made. In foul territory, here's the throw in. It's cut off by the pitcher, and the runner advances. So an important out for the Baycats. But Toronto gets a runner 90 feet closer.
Not much Clayton Keys really could have done out there in right field. He had to go all the way over in foul territory to make that catch, but also on the run. So he had to kind of set his feet and spin around, and long way to go. An easy 90 feet there for Luca Boscarino.
Dennis DeBanning has struck out 4 times tonight. He has been uncharacteristically quiet at the plate. Has shown some stellar defense, though.
He was the extra innings hero in May when these two teams met here.
Yes, he was. Would love to be the hero again here tonight. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Low and away. If the Baycats don't score in the bottom of the 10th, you have to wonder what the plan is for the 11th inning. This is Carlos Sano's second inning of work.
Nobody's warming up in either bullpen. So you got to imagine it's going to be Adam Jaffine again out for the 10th for Toronto.
1-0 pitch. And it's a pop foul over near the right field bleachers. Just beyond them. One ball, 1 strike. Runner at third, Boscarino. Dan Mara at first, 2 out in the inning. 1-1 tie, we're in the 10th. Sano with the pitch. Inside.
Just inside there on Dennis DeBanning. That was a strong take, and it seemed like Sano, at least with his first pitch, he was pitching away from DeBanning, and then inside one he fouled off.
Sano takes what feels like an eternity when he comes to the set position, but then he's got a pretty compact delivery to the plate.
It's very fluid.
Yeah, gets rid of that ball in a hurry when he's ready. 2-1. Here it comes. And it's hit to center field for a base hit. And that puts Toronto on top 2-1 as Luca Boscarino scores.
Here come the words from DeBanning between the Baycats dugout.
This game isn't over, so everybody better be careful. We're only in the top of the 10th. Last thing either side wants here are ejections. And I'm not sure what DeBanning took exception with.
Well, as soon as he made contact with that ball, it was going into center field. He had words for the Baycats dugout. He's a very emphatic individual.
Still has, and he's been, I think he was just tossed. Was that the ejection signal? It looked like it was.
Absolutely.
I miss the emphatic ejections, the heave-ho, where you can't mistake those, you know. Some of these IBL umpires kind of, you're not sure if they're just waving them away or tossing them, but DeBanning is, I'm pretty sure, going to be told to leave the game here. A little too much interaction with the Barrie dugout, and then some Baycats took exception.
Yeah, Willie Garcia, who was taken out of the game for a pinch runner earlier, came out of the dugout as soon as DeBanning got to first base.
The entire dugout emptied for the Leafs. They're all on the field right now. If there was anyone in the bullpen, that emptied out too.
So 3 umpires are converging here to discuss what's going on.
Everybody better be careful. Mike Cicchetto and Tyler Plumpton exchanging some friendly words. Cicchetto had his arm on Plumpton's shoulder, just trying to de-escalate things here, I think. And that's a smart move.
So there goes DeBanning. We'll have a pinch runner here.
So his night is over. You know, you deliver what potentially could be the game-winning RBI tonight, and why ruin it with something like that? Just letting your emotions get away from you. I don't understand it. I'm not sure if there was something that came out of the Barrie dugout that provoked him, but he clearly lost his cool. So Luca Boscarino comes in on a go-ahead RBI by Dennis DeBanning. Pinch runner, we're trying to figure out who that is. Justin Morrow will come to the plate here for the Leafs.
I believe the pinch runner is Spencer McInnes, but can't quite be sure. There's been a lot of different uniform numbers not on the lineup card for the Maple Leafs tonight in terms of replacements.
First baseman number 9, Justin Mara.
We can tell you Dan Mara is at second. 2 on for the Leafs. A 2-1 lead, 2 out. The man at the plate, Justin Mara. Sano pitches. Gets the first pitch strike. Justin Mara 0 for 4 tonight. He'd love a big moment here. That go-ahead RBI by Dennis DeBanning, the first time that a 4, 5, or 6 hitter have reached base tonight for the Leafs. They were a combined 0 for 12. That base hit off the bat of Dennis DeBanning may be all that matters tonight. 2-1 Toronto. Sano needs a strikeout here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Called strike 3. Brought to you by IMP North. Sano fired up as he comes off the mound. And the Baycats trailing by a run will try to keep this game alive, if not win it, in the bottom of the 10th inning. Maple Leafs 2, Baycats 1. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run. The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield.
Number 22, Spencer McGinnis.
9 minutes away from midnight, we're at Athletic Kulture Stadium in Springwater Township. It's the Maple Leafs and the Baycats battling it out here. A 2-1 Toronto lead as we head to the bottom of the 10th inning. And a pretty good situation for the Baycats as you get speedster Noel McGarry-Doyle at second base to start this bottom of the 10th inning.
And you bring up Brandon Hernandez to lead off this inning, so basically the top of the lineup due up for the Baycats, and Hernandez with a runner in scoring position. It's looking pretty good for the Baycats to tie this game down 2-1.
Well, and with these new extra inning rules, I mean, you can even go into the bottom half of the inning down a run and win the game with one swing of the bat. Potentially on one pitch here, the Baycats could win it. A first pitch called strike to Brandon Hernandez. Brandon has reached base 3 times, once on a fielder's choice, 2 singles in his last 2 plate appearances.
He's 10 for 30 with runners in scoring position this year.
Jaffine off speed and a little flare into the glove of the shortstop. 1 away.
And Spencer Ross's defense has been incredible to see in this game. Saved quite a few base runners here for Maple Leafs pitching.
The ball wasn't hit particularly hard, but Spencer Ross had a ways to go to his left and just timed his arrival to that line drive perfectly.
Well, he was holding McGarry-Doyle a bit closer to the bag at the time, so when the pitch came out of the hand of Jaffine, he was breaking over to his right and then had to quickly move back towards up the middle.
Tristan Clark, the first-year IBLer, Rookie of the Year candidate. Perhaps a big moment for him here. First pitch, swings and misses.
Pretty far out in front on that first pitch.
I think Jaffine pulled the string a little on that one. These fans finding a second wind here in the late hours of this Thursday night. Oh, 1. Just misses outside. I wonder if there's been a game in the IBL that has gone past midnight this season. I'm sure it's happened before.
I'm sure it's happened.
But I don't know if it's happened this year. And I don't know. I haven't called one here in Barrie. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch to Clark. Breaking ball, and it's upstairs. Didn't miss by much.
Well, the Baycats have only had 1 game go past the 10th inning. That was in London, the first time that Baycats visited Labatt Park this year. There hasn't really been a lot of long games, especially with the runner on second to start extras.
Time is called.
Let's go, Baycats! Here we go, Baycats! Here we go!
2-1 pitch, and stepping off as Jaffine looks the runner back.
Oh, they're arguing Tristan Clark called timeout there. Calls from the fans for a balk.
It was a bit of an awkward step off. It looked like he was going to go to second. Nothing's going to be called either way here. So the count is 2-1. Jaffine looks in.
McGarry Doyle, the lead is second. He is the tying run for the Baycats. Dancing around. Here's the pitch. High and away.
You can definitely tell on that pitch, McGarry Doyle got in the head of Jaffine early on. Always a threat to steal. Unlikely in this situation, but that lead causing some distress for the Toronto lefty.
3-1 on the way. Here it comes. Ball 4. Clark tosses the bat. He represents what could be the winning run in this situation, as does this man, Nolan Macabrota.
First baseman number 20, Nolan Macabrota.
Well, Macabrota was a walk-off hero on Saturday against the Kitchener Panthers. A deep drive into center field, bringing a run in.
So the 50 fans or so that remain are hopeful for a thrilling finish here tonight. Macabrota will try to bring them just that with 2 on and 1 out in the inning. Here's the pitch, and it's a high fly ball, left field, shallow, long run, and it drops, but it's a foul ball. It was in foul territory. Home plate umpire Francesco DiBiase right on there with the emphatic call.
Yeah, pretty clearly foul, but Spencer Ross gave that a really good effort. Long way to go from the shortstop position. Obviously, Ryan Dos Santos didn't catch it right off the bat. A high looping pop-up off the bat of the lefty Macabrota.
So the runners will return. McGarry Doyle at second, Clark at first. Macabrota at the plate. 1 out, bottom of the 10th. 2-1 Toronto. Ground ball could end this game for the Leafs. Curveball just missed, not by much.
Well, and that's the thing that Macabrota has to be careful of here. If he gets too far on top of a ball, could be game over.
Last thing you want to do is pound one right into the ground here. Middle infield, Spencer Ross and Dan Mara. Shifted slightly to the right. McGarry Doyle dancing around the bag at second. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike. 1-2.
But also notice a large gap between third and short on that opposite side for Macabrota.
One and two. Jaffine delivers. It's low and away. Ball gets away, but right on it is Javier to look the runner back.
Yeah, obviously McGarry Doyle couldn't quite see where that ball ended up going. Compared to the one earlier that caught Javier off guard in the feet of Francesco DiBiase, the home plate umpire.
Antonino Spencer Thomas, who came on a pinch run for Willie Garcia, is on deck. Nolan Macabrota with a 2-2 count against Adam Jaffine. Here's the pitch. Taking all the way, and it's a full count. Javier was ready to throw the ball.
What a take from Macabrota.
Thought he had the third strike. Certainly acted like he had the strikeout. I don't think he was going to throw it around with runners on. The way he reacted, he thought he had strike 3. It's 3-2 now. 1 out in the 10th. Jaffine to Macabrota. Down the line, and it's off the glove of the first baseman. Scrambles, makes the throw to second for the out there. So they get the force at second. 2 outs in the inning. Macabrota will take the fielder's choice, so Clark is retired.
Number 7, Antonino Spencer Thompson.
McGarry Doyle is at third base now. 2 out in the inning. If you're just joining us, good morning from Athletic Kulture Stadium. What's for breakfast? How do you like your eggs, Julius?
That breakfast's going to taste good after this game.
And now time is called.
Spencer Thompson trying to take Jaffine out of his rhythm. Important play there at first base. Justin Mara couldn't quite get a handle off of that batted ball off of McEnroe. It wasn't a hard hit ball by any means, but that bobble, could mean the end of this ball game.
Could the rookie deliver the crucial moment in this game? Hits it to second. And a short, and that'll do it. At 12 midnight exactly, the Toronto Maple Leafs get the final outs in the 10th, and they are victorious tonight in extras by a score of 2-1.
Fantastic pitching all around from both sides. It was Frank Garces, a season-high 12 strikeouts. Matt Brown with a really nice start early on in this game for the Maple Leafs. Luis Florentino coming on in relief, but it was Adam Jaffine, the lefty, coming out and getting a win in extra innings, stranding a couple base runners where it mattered most for Toronto. Mentioned how good they've been on the road compared to at home. That's their 10th road win and second in extras against the Baycats.
And a huge thank you to all of our viewers who stuck around right to the final out tonight, and in particular our military men and women in uniform. Thank you so much for being here and being on the broadcast tonight on this special evening where we honor you and appreciate your efforts here tonight. 2 runs, 8 hits for the Maple Leafs, 1 run, 8 hits for the Baycats as they fall 2-1 to Toronto here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. Tomorrow in Hamilton on Cable 14, and then we're back here on Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. We hope to see you then. Until next time, I'm Ben Davy for Julius Hern. Good morning from Athletic Kulture Stadium in Springwater.